Learn more at foodallergy.org/ready-to-act.
Hey there, Jane Lynch here. You want to hear something funny? Too bad. You want to hear something uplifting that will inspire you? Good. Because today, I want to talk to you about Direct Relief, a humanitarian organization that does seriously good work when it counts. Fires, hurricanes, earthquakes. When disaster strikes, Direct Relief immediately shows up with medicines, medical supplies, and everything doctors and nurses need to save lives. Let's ship her out! Every day across the United States and around the world, they're making an enormous difference. If someone needs help, Direct Relief helps. No politics, no red tape. Hey, what you doing over there?
Oh, I'm packing insulin for kids with diabetes.
See, every box here is literally a lifeline for someone in critical need. So check them out at directrelief.org and donate if you can. You might just bring a smile to someone's face.
Truth Nation, stand up and tap in. This is 1017 FM, 1510 AM WGKB Waukesha and W269DL Milwaukee, a locally owned Good Karma brand station. The place for the realest conversations.
I appreciate United Garden Homes for stopping through with a check for $2,000.
Yes.
Some people came through anonymously.
Yes.
Dropped off money. The family has received those funds. And whatever you can do, if everybody do a little, nobody has to do a lot.
The movement continues.
What are some of the conditions in the jail that got people upset, like the living conditions on a day-to-day basis?
We'll come out of our cell at 11 o'clock in the morning. We'll get food and we'll get medication. So that shortens the time. Out of those 2 hours, we'll probably get an hour out, and then we'll have to lock right down. And by lock right now, I mean we staying in our cell. We get fed in our cells. We don't come out of our cell at all, and that's pretty much the biggest problem. And they simply say that they're short-staffed, but that's not enough because they knew that they were going to be short-staffed. Like, this has been a problem for over 2 years now.
The marathon continues.
There's never been a better time to make change in the city of Milwaukee, starting with the youth. And we talked about the housing. Willie Hines, y'all boy Willie Hines, and they trying to change the leadership over there. We got our hands full, and it's not the time. But we got attorney B. Ivy Lamar on the lines right now, calling from the courthouse. How you doing, attorney B. Ivy Lamar?
Hey, what's going on, Tori? I'm good, man. Happy to be here.
Joining me on the lines, Dr. Umar Johnson. How you doing, brother, Dr. Umar Johnson?
Peace and Pan-Africanism, good brother, Black Power, to all my brothers and sisters in Milwaukee, Kenosha, Green Bay, Racine, and across the state of Wisconsin.
Yo, peace, King. I'm going to stand with you and walk with you, brother.
God bless you.
Because I think it's an important thing, what you're doing, and you need to have the support of the community. Regardless if we live in these areas or not, it all affects us in one way or shape or form.
It's time for that action and all the smoke. This is the Wisconsin Broadcasters Association award-winning Tori Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and streaming live on YouTube.
Man, best show in the world, bro. You got the best show in the world. Hope you know that, man.
God bless you, brother. I appreciate that.
Big up to you both. Thank you so much. Tori, you spoke to my kids. Liz, you did too. But you spoke to my kids, and when I tell you both that they was talking about what we did earlier that morning all day, that's literally what they was doing. They was talking about it all day. My son was just hollering, awesome. Where's Tori? Like,
I wanted to make sure that I let you know that to hear a person and have a person like you in this community, the way that you are selfless, the way that you give, even when your cup is not even full, you are filling other people's cup. And that just inspires me to make sure that I help you the best way that I can by doing my part.
As always, my good brother, stay cool, stay calm, stay focused.
Now, live from the Avenue in the heart of downtown Milwaukee, here is the king of talk radio, Tori Lowe.
Justice Wisconsin, the truth, the most requested advocate in the state. 101.7 FM, the movement continues. Yeah. Milwaukee, stand up, stand up. It's Tory Low, the truth. From 1 to 4, we about that action, so tap in and let's go. We want that justice, we want all the smoke. From Monday through Friday, trying to bring the city hope. Yeah. Tory Low from 1 to 4, Monday through Friday, let's go. We bout that action from the block, and we ready, let's go. Tap in, and it ain't no holding back. We ready, we ready. 101.7 The Truth. Tory Low Show, live from American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue. And I'm here for the action.
And nothing but that action.
And I want all the smoke.
Who wants the smoke today?
Salute to all my brothers and sisters on the front lines. The marathon continues.
The movement continues.
How y'all doing out there in Radio Land? How y'all doing in the chat? We got another powerful conversation for you today. So I'm gonna need y'all to open up your ears, okay? Thank you for joining me this Monday, February 16th, 2026. Who we got in the chat? Who joining us in the chat? If you have not joined the chat, 1017 The Truth, live, broadcasting live on YouTube, get in the chat and holler back. Who do we have in the chat? We got some, hold on, they're trying to cut the chat out. Okay, can't even see the chat for a second. All right, there we go. Kawanda's in the chat. Jeff in the chat. Not really a city girl. Josh, salute. Lori Patterson from Baltimore in the chat. Sincere Ronnie Ray Real. I see you, Sincere Ronnie Ray Real, in the chat. Hey, look, Truth Nation, I'm gonna need y'all to lock in because y'all know how we get down on Mondays. We got to get on one accord. Hey, look, it was nice out. It was some nice weather out this weekend. How you doing, Grace? Grace in the chat. We got to get on one accord. The weather's starting to get nice. What, did the groundhog see a shadow? They said the groundhog. What if the groundhog see a shadow? What did that mean? 6 more weeks of winter? I don't know if I believe the groundhog because it was nice out. It was nice out the other day. I don't know. Maybe I might go to one of them groundhog events and try to ask the groundhog why sometimes he be seeing the shadow and sometimes it get hot outside after that. We got Minister Kevin, the Miracle Minister Kevin, on the lines. How you doing, Miracle Minister Kevin?
Sorry, I'm enjoying this beautiful weather. You said it was nice. Still is nice.
That's what I'm saying. I don't want to jinx.
Supposed to get like 60 today.
Hey, get outside and soak up the sun.
That's all. Just get outside, soak up the sun. Don't get outside and act crazy.
Hey, that's what they say. They say when it get nice out, people try to act out. You know, but we gonna turn that around.
That's what I'm saying.
We gonna turn that around. That's why we got the Monday prayer. That's why we got the Monday prayer. So people can get on one accord instead of going overboard.
Yes, and we're going to be on one accord even when it's raining out. Because you know what? That rain is what brings the increase. The sun is nice and everything, but you got to have rain. That's why you have a desert. So we got to appreciate the sun and the rain, the clouds and all that. We got to appreciate it all. Right. Because without the rain coming, nothing will grow. And you know, photosynthesis happens when you have, we exhale carbon dioxide into the plants, the trees and everything, and they give us oxygen. So it's a give and take. But if they don't have any rain to grow, we won't exist.
Well, you know, Rob Bay said joy and pain, sunshine and rain.
Joy and pain. That's right. You got to have it all. So you got to appreciate it all. Okay, just like I like just the sun. I like the snow too. I love the snow because that means them bugs got out there fighting us, chewing on us all day.
Well, I gotta recharge my melanin in my skin. I need the sun to recharge my melanin.
Well, you know what to do when you get off work. Get on out there.
Take a walk on the river.
Get that sweater up off of you. Get that true sweater up off of you and get on out there and let the sun beam on through.
I ain't gonna go that crazy now. I got to keep something on just in case.
Because my grandma said you got to be careful. My grandma said you got to be careful in Milwaukee because one day it's hot, next day it's cold. The next day is freezing outside, and all of the weather changes so rapid that you got to keep a sweater on you.
Oh yeah, they say you get all 4 seasons in one day if you look.
if you paying attention.
You get all of them. So I appreciate the weather we have here. I don't look for the Florida 80-degree weather all the time. You ain't got nothing to look forward to there,
Mm-hmm.
It's like every day is the same. It's like the movie Groundhog Day. If you talk about the Groundhog, it'd be like the movie Groundhog Day, where everything's the same. I don't want every day to be the same. I want some days to be some cloudy days, some rainy days, some sunny days. I was looking forward to the sunny days there when I got the rain.
I agree.
Then when it get dry outside, I look forward to the rain.
Plus, every day is another day to get it right in my world. So no matter what the weather is, every day I wake up with the intent to get better, to get something else done that I need to get done. So every day is a challenge, no matter if it's sun, rain, winter, sleet, snow. We got to get outside and grow.
Absolutely. You got to, because I tell you, sometimes, I was talking about that faith thing. Sometimes, the rain is going to water your seed that you plant for your faith to grow. And when it ain't raining, it may be your tears that it is that's watering that plant. So you don't want it to be the tears, so let it rain. Something go out to water that seed so it can grow. Whether it's the rain in your life or it's the tears in your life. And we did have some tears over the weekend that we had to do a home going. They had one for Nate with Michelle Pitts within the same day, same time.
Condolences to the family of Michelle Pitts from Pitts Mortuary. Her husband passed away. I saw the funeral online. It was packed.
Yes. And it was long. You talk about some long funerals, man. And we had one the same day. Deacon Rodney Harris at our church passed away. We had the funeral that morning as well. So, we lost. So we still mourning as well. We suffered loss. So we just keep us in prayers with our Miracle Temple. That was Pastor Milton's longtime friend for over 50 years.
Condolences.
They grew up together. 2 houses down from them growing up. They've been friends all that time, along with Victor Barnett from the Running Rebels. He's going through it as well right now. They all been friends for over 50 years. And to lose one like that, it kind of takes a toll on them. So keep them in your prayers as well.
Well, that's why we had a Monday prayer, to make sure that we cover all the bases, because we got so many different things going on in our community on a day-to-day basis. And this is why I appreciate when you come on, because we got to recenter ourselves. A lot of people coming off that Valentine's Day weekend. But they don't forget to spread the love every day.
Every day. That's why I don't even bother celebrating Valentine's Day. If that's all you're going to do is the one day a year, something wrong. You better do it every day. Better feel the love every day.
Hey, well, look, I need y'all to gather around y'all devices or however y'all consuming the show, because we about to have the Monday prayer. Thank you, Miracle Minister Kevin, for faithfully bringing us the Monday prayer. We appreciate you.
Thank you, my brother. Absolutely. Lord, never forgetting the wonderful works that you've done, knowing the amazing God that you are. We are here today to say thank you. Thank you for the sunshine as well as the rain. Thank you for being there in the heartaches and in the pain. If it wasn't for the downs, we wouldn't rightfully appreciate the ups in life. But we thank you for them all. Now, Lord, our prayers for comfort, for protection, and for prosperity. Comfort the families, the loved ones that have lost their loved ones, oh God. Protect us, oh Lord, with our youth. Protect all our youth from the snares and the pitfalls that the enemy has set before them. And hide us, oh God, in your presence. Let us be safe in your loving arms. And bless us, prosper in the way of truth and righteousness. I speak life and life more abundantly in Jesus' name. Amen.
Hey, thank you. Anything else you want to say, Miracle Minister Kevin?
As always, my good brother, stay cool, stay calm, stay focused.
Hey, look, when we come back, We're going to get into the show, Truth Nation. Stay locked in.
You are listening to The Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Truth Nation, mark your calendars for Friday, February 20th for the second annual Truth Community Awards, hosted by Homer Blow and yours truly, Bailey Coleman. Celebrating individuals making a real difference in our community. Tickets are on sale now. Visit 1017thetruthAwards.com to learn more. The Truth Community Awards are sponsored by Milwaukee College Prep, the Milwaukee Bucks Foundation, Gruber Law Offices, Steinhoffels, Cousin Subs, and 3rd Street Market Hall.
Life isn't a single moment. It's a shared ribbon that bends through the years. It binds us to the things and people we love most. One insurance company knows this because they live it. For 100 years, we've been with your family for the moments that matter most. Erie Insurance.
Find a local agent at erieinsurance.com.
Steinhoffel's President 5-Day Sale is happening now, and the furniture and mattress savings are so good. Start with at least 10% off store-wide, then you'll get $50 off every $4.99 you spend, plus doorbusters you gotta see in person. And if you're financing, I got something huge for you. 60 months with no interest until 2031 when you spend over $19.99, plus you'll get a $200 MasterCard reward card. It's only 5 days, so don't wait, and it's only at Steinhoffel's.
Real talent is defined by what people can do, not where they learn to do it. So by stopping at the education section of a resume, you might throw away the perfect hire. You might miss someone who has valuable skills to offer to help your business thrive right now and in the future. Because the truth is this: Skills First Hiring helps you see talent others miss. Like more than 70 million stars, skilled through alternative routes. When you let their story unfold, you gain a competitive advantage, because hiring managers who start with skills are 60% more likely to find a successful hire. See the real person, complete. See what others miss. Hire skills first. Learn why it's a competitive advantage at tearthepaperceiling.org. Brought to you by Opportunity at Work and the Ad Council.
When you're high, you feel different. Pretty obvious, right? You think different, talk different, but if you feel different, you drive different. So if you're high, just don't drive. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Happy kids heal faster, and that's why Starlight is dedicated to improving the mental well-being of sick kids across the U.S. Learn how at starlight.org.
Seriously injured? Make one call. That's all.
This is The Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Tory Lowe, I need your help. Tory Lowe, I'm calling you. Tory Lowe, I need your help. Tory Lowe, I'm calling you. Tory Lowe, I heard your name from the side of the road, but I ain't even from Milwaukee.
1017 The Truth. Tory Lowe Show. It's Black History Month. It's February 16th. And many times when we talk about Black History Month, I think we get excited at first, and then all of a sudden as it goes on, we kind of just simmer down a little bit. We kind of go back into our old ways and just try to survive. Some of us living in survival mode, so we ain't got time to think about a lot of things. But on the Tory Lowe Show, I want to make sure that the fire don't die out. The flames stay ignited, and many times it's not the traditional ideas that we need to focus on. It's what they try to hide, from us. And I try to tell people, we get excited about our ancestors. A lot of people talk about ancestry, and a lot of people talk about like the road that was paved. But many times, a lot of our leaders, when they sit back and think about some of the things that was going on, they kind of give out clues that, hey, we may have even though we did this right, we may not have done this right, because nobody's perfect. And I know we put our people on a pedestal, many times when we know that they have accomplished great things, and that's fine. But on the journey, sometimes when there's no blueprint and you're creating the path, and sometimes, you got to create a path because it wasn't even there at first. I understand what I'm saying. But Martin Luther King, during his latter years, created the path of integration and civil and human rights and things like that. But toward the end, a lot of people started coming forward saying Martin Luther King was kind of doubting what he was doing as far as like being blacks integrating. And he had a lot of different things that we don't hear, a lot of speeches that we don't hear. And this is why I always try to bring it back up so we don't forget. We got the Martin Luther King, I had a dream Martin Luther King, but there was also a Martin Luther King that was kind of analyzing the movement and where he was at that present time. And I don't want y'all to forget that. I don't want to forget it, because this is where we got to pick up the baton. We got to pick that baton up. We don't want to recreate with our ancestors in the struggle. We want to pick up the baton and run our own race and improve things like that. And I think a lot of people, they always want to redo what has been done. And then they say, look, I was able to do the same thing as the people that came before me. No, you got to take it to the next step. And many times we forget that that's a part of the journey, is to invent and take things to the next space and not repeat what our ancestors did because it was already done. That's why I don't like when people always say they want to have this big Martin Luther King speech. Even toward the end of Martin Luther King's journey, he had doubt that what he was saying may have been something that have jeopardized the black community. This is what his friends was talking about. Belafonte he's online talking about what Martin Luther King's last thoughts was, and understand he wasn't all the way there when he was doing the civil rights movement. It had never been done. So he don't know. He's just going with the current, and then all of a sudden, once he had time to think about it, he had some thoughts that we don't even hear. If you were listening as we broadcast live, I want to play some of those last thoughts from Martin Luther King, which is very crucial. If you're listening, we got audio. Tap in.
Dr. King ever said to me 5 days, as a matter of fact, before he was murdered, he was at my home. We had just finished a strategy meeting on the Poor People's Campaign. And he seemed quite agitated after what we thought was a very successful gathering and discussion. And he said to me, I said, what's the matter, Martin? You seem very agitated. He said, well, I am. Because I've come upon a thought that I don't know how to deal with at this moment. I said, well, what is it? He said, we fought long for integration. It looks like we're going to get it. I think we get the laws. He says, but I'm afraid that I've come upon something I don't know quite what to do with. I'm afraid that we're integrating into a burning house. And when we asked for further clarification, Andy Young was with me at that time, my wife, others. He said, America's lost whatever little moral vision it had. Its moral sense has run away from the nation. And a nation that is not governed by morality and moral principles is a nation that's headed for an abyss. And I think black people have been struggling to get into this system, maybe getting into a system that in the final analysis is a Sodom and Gomorrah, will not work. Because its selfish goals, its need for profit, its need for supremacy, its need to be the best, has clouded its moral vision.
Oh, wow.
And with no moral vision, no nation can be healthy enough to lead its people anywhere.
Listen to what he was saying. This is one of his buddies. Like, to me, without any moral vision, it's gonna fall apart at the seams. That's what you see right now, is that the moral vision is lacking. It's not strong. And this is what Martin Luther King was talking about. Stuff that you could open up your window and look outside and see what Belafonte was saying. And he was there. He helped Martin Luther King. He sponsored a lot of this stuff that was going on with the civil rights movement as well. And we got to listen to these final words because these are crucial words so we can get the upper hand or get the heads up on moving forward. And I was telling somebody, I said, this is how Martin Luther King knew we was going into a burning house. What he meant was we was about to financially be stripped with integration. We were going to lose everything we had just to join in due to greed, due to immorality, you know. And I was telling somebody, and people get mad when I say this, but it's the truth. In many black communities, you can't walk down the street and get a soda, a bag of chips, and a Little Debbie snack cake from a black man, from a black business. Understand what I'm saying? So this is the burning house economically that Martin Luther King saw coming. And when I ask people this, they don't even think about that because we've been integrated and we don't mind because we don't think about the black dollar circulating in the community. We don't think about that. We just go, buy our business, go shopping, get what we want, go home, consumers. But understand what I just said. That should make you feel some type of way if your purchases, the majority of your purchases are coming from somebody that don't even look like you. Well, I guess you say, hey, the bad customer service. I guess some of y'all gonna find a way to legitimize why this is happening. But if you can't circulate the dollars in your neighborhood, you'll never gain economics or wealth because the dollars are flying outside of the neighborhood into other neighborhoods, and that's integration. That's integration. So when you talk about integration and you talk about Martin Luther King's last thoughts about it, he saw what was going to happen. He saw the future. He saw that we were going to lose our baseball leagues. We were going to lose everything we built from scratch. And that was the fire. That was the burning house that he was talking about. And it's here. It's here. Even when my grandma was coming up, there were a lot of black-owned businesses. You could go and see stores that were black-owned and things like that. It's 2026, and you got to look for them with a magnifying glass. And then we are spending 6 hours. They say 6 hours our money spent up in the black community. In 6 hours, it's gone, circulating in other neighborhoods. Martin Luther King saw it coming because he kind of had time to sit back and say, okay, we got this part, but man, this is due to the corruption. He even said something about Sodom and Gomorrah. Understand what I'm saying? Go listen to it. Ain't got nothing to do with me. This is what he said. He's mentioned Sodom and Gomorrah. Like, what is that? What do that mean? Kind of looked like he was right. Hey, look, when we come back, we going to have a Pop Culture Report, Truth Nation. Stay locked in.
You are listening to The Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Join me every Friday at 11 a.m. for the Milwaukee Experience with Sherwin Hughes, presented by Visit Milwaukee. We're a city that knows how to celebrate, where the calendar is packed with festivals, the plates are piled high with flavor, and a lakefront sunrise sets the stage. Here in Milwaukee, every street leads to something worth savoring, a place that welcomes you with open arms and where joy is shared in bites, beats, and cheers. The Milwaukee Experience every Friday at 11 a.m. exclusively on The Truth with Sherwin Hughes, presented by Visit Milwaukee.
70 million people in the U.S. have learning and thinking differences, like ADHD and dyslexia. Each has their own story. This is ours. At first, I thought it was just a phase. Then schoolwork became a struggle. Emotions got bigger, and my kids started falling behind. I felt alone, like I was lost in the dark trying to find answers. Then I learned about Understood.org, a nonprofit empowering parents and kids like us. It was like we had a light to show us the path ahead. Whenever new challenges came up, their guidance helped us figure out our next step. We still have tough days, but now we have direction. And I have the tools and resources I need to help my child thrive. No matter where you are on the path, Understood can help you keep moving forward. Visit understood.org/yourpath today.
Truth Nation, it's time once again to celebrate excellence, passion, and the power of community at the 2nd Annual Truth Community Awards, happening Friday, February 20th at Venue 3 inside the 3rd Street Market Hall in downtown Milwaukee. This award show will honor the unsung heroes who show up, give back, and make a positive impact in our community every single day. We're rolling out the red carpet and showing love to those who truly deserve it. Buy your tickets now by visiting 1017thetruthAwards.com. Tickets are just $20, which includes free food and exclusive Truth giveaways. Join the 1017 The Truth team for an unforgettable night of entertainment, inspiration, and community pride at the 2nd Annual Truth Community Awards on Friday, February 20th at Venue 3 in Milwaukee. The Truth Community Awards are presented by Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Gruber Law Offices, Steinhoffels, Milwaukee College Prep, Cousin Subs, Venue 3 at the 3rd Street Market Hall, and the Milwaukee Bucks Foundation.
This is Associated Bank Sports Update on 1017 The Truth is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Nazir Spencer. All-Star Weekend is over, but included many Milwaukee ties in the process. Former Bucks point guard Damian Lillard bested Bobby Portis and Wisconsin Lutheran High School alum Con Knippel in the three-point contest. Whitnell High School alum and Miami Heat sharpshooter Tyler Hero was the event's defending champion, but missed the event due to injury. Bucks are back at it this Friday against the Pelicans in New Orleans. In college basketball, Badger basketball is heading to Ohio State for a Big Ten matchup tomorrow at 7. Marquette hosts St. John's on Wednesday at 8. UW-Milwaukee won a close one against UW Green Bay this weekend, 75-72.
EPW driving on a double team, handed off for Kone, who rises up, throws it down.
Their next game is against Detroit Mercy on Friday. This Sports Update brought to you by Associated Bank, proudly supporting your hometown team, member FDIC.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
You don't know. I don't know if y'all know who this man is. Y'all probably been under a rock, or you just been watching CNN, Fox News, or MSNBC. But there's a whole lot of people who know who this man is. You know what? Matter of fact, I think I better let him introduce himself. Yeah, Tory Lowe about that action.
1017 The Truth, Tory Lowe Show. Pop Culture Report, we got Nazir Spencer in studio. Whew.
Tory Lowe.
What's happening then?
We got a lot talked about today, man.
Hey, it was a powerful weekend.
Powerful weekend, Valentine's
There's a
Day.
lot of stuff went on this weekend in sports, too. It was a big weekend for sports. We got the Olympics, we got the All-Star game, you got NASCAR. Ooh, I never thought that, you know what I mean?
But NASCAR.
Who would ever thought that it would that Michael Jordan would take it this far?
I did.
Hey,
he owned Charlotte, the Hornets, for a little bit, but
and they was tanking, like.
Yeah,
that wasn't a good. That ain't on his resume. It's something great.
He had to sell it. He had to get out of it.
Yeah, he had to get out of that.
Because
they wasn't letting him be great.
Yeah, it wasn't working. But look, that's just a piece of the NBA Twitter, world that was going on yesterday. I mean, there was too much going on. All right.
What's up? What happened? What was
too much going on? Now, look, we got Katie burner account getting found.
Katie got a burner account.
Twitter burner, yes. And then we got.
What happened? How did they find it? I mean, did somebody hack into it?
I don't know how somebody found it. Okay, so he got the same background. So I guess he posted some picture of some cat like a long time ago, and his Twitter profile is that same cat, and it lists off all these little rants about NBA players and coaches and stuff.
On his account?
Yeah, on his burner account.
Where people can see it?
people can just. I think he was messaging people back and forth or something like that. It was crazy.
So it was in the messages.
Yeah, so people start leaking that
Oh, wow.
stuff. So, mind you, KD's like, what, 35, 36?
Mm-hmm.
No kids, no wife, just basketball, pure hoops, and Twitter. And this man has been going on a rant these past few years, it sounds like, and he's just been destroying everybody. Look, I'm not going to read verbatim what he said because it's some very vulgar stuff that he be saying on there. Some mean stuff, all right? But I'm going to read you some stuff. Would you ever say this to some of your teammates? Maybe you didn't like him, maybe you didn't play well with, but just listen to this. The Rockets franchise player, Sengun, by the way, Alperen Sengun, can't shoot or defend.
He talking about one of his teammates.
The teammate that he has right now, yes.
What?
So that's one of them. And then he called Jabari Smith a bad word that I can't say on the live, but it's very mean, okay? And they said Jabari Smith is blank. Just leave it there.
Oh, wow. Whack.
Yeah, stupid. Jabari Smith is stupid. That's
okay.
You get up.
You're making it radio friendly.
Yeah, radio friendly, all right? Okay. Steve Kerr has hated black people ever since Michael Jordan punched him in the mouth.
Michael Jordan punched?
You didn't know that?
I mean, I think I heard about it, but was there actual video footage on this?
I don't know if it was footage, but it was. I think it was a long time ago. I don't know.
That's why he let Draymond Green hit Jordan Poole.
Yeah, you ever watch The Last Dance?
I watched The Last Dance.
They talked about it on there.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so that was KD said that, and then I think something with drones in Israel came up, and then he said, if Israel needs drones, just let me know. All right, cool, okay. Devin Booker and Frank Vogel are dictators. He said this, by the way. This is
his old teammates.
His old teammates and his old coach, and then he called them Stalin and this is what he said verbatim. This just to clarify on the radio: Stalin and Hitler, and then Mussolini and Kim Jong Un.
What?
So he called them that, and then the Suns are my team when we lose, and Devin Booker's when we win.
He sounded salty.
I'm telling you, he's bitter.
He's saying that the light-skinned man got the props when they won, but when it went bad, then the dark-skinned brother got the blame.
That's what he's saying.
Basically
what he's saying. And then he said, man, I miss Ben Simmons. At least he passed the ball. Wow. That's crazy. And then he said, Steve Kerr never drew up plays or suggested anything, but he won a bunch of titles. Wow. Okay. I miss James Harden. He has a good heart. Kind of delusional, but I get him. Okay? Kind of a backhanded compliment. I don't know what that, I don't know. If you don't run the cutoff and pass the ball to Stephen Curry, the Warriors will cut you.
That's probably true.
That's probably true.
I think some of his observations is true.
Bro, I mean, yeah, he's in it. He's in it. He's
all right. Let me tell you something. Sometimes, from his perspective,
right,
that's his opinion. He's playing with these guys.
He's playing with.
We on the outside looking in.
Right. This got to be some truth.
I just wonder what's exaggerated and where is the truth coming from.
I think some of this
when he's naming the personalities of these people, maybe this is what he feel he encountered.
Mm-hmm.
But then I could hear a little ego in that too.
Right. Yeah. And then I think these are his last two that I found. Anybody know about anything about Jokic's turnovers? I don't know what that means.
Like he leading the league in turnovers or something like that? We not focused on the turnovers.
High turnover rate, yeah, pretty much. And Kyrie Irving didn't compete with me, but that triple-double addict Russell Westbrook did. He didn't.
Wow.
He didn't.
So he was in competition with KD, Russell Westbrook.
Right, but he used.
He pointed that out. He felt like Russell Westbrook was breathing down his neck.
Yeah, because he was at some point. Russ was a little bit better than KD. At some point, I
think KD. You can't compare KD and Russell Westbrook. Like Russell Westbrook was a triple-double machine.
Yeah.
KD was a bucket.
Right.
He was a guaranteed bucket.
Right. At some point, though, I think Russ was up there with him. Maybe not better, but
and they played on the same team.
Right. Okay. Right. So KD, he's been getting torched on Twitter all day today, last night, on his phone at the All-Star game last night, during the national anthem, on his phone, walking around during the breaks, on his phone, coming into the stadium,
he
on his phone, catching strays.
Wow.
Can't do that. And then we got on more NBA Twitter, we got Michael Jordan. We just talking about Michael Jordan, and he just won his NASCAR stuff yesterday.
Yes, salute. Give Michael Jordan a round of applause. He just had a lawsuit.
Yeah, he did.
Now, see, this is where I say that you got to watch. I mean, he won right after he settled that lawsuit.
Right.
I understand what I'm saying. So they was like, you know what? Maybe in the lawsuit, he threw in there, I'm gonna calm down if y'all let me get that Daytona 500.
Look,
why after the lawsuit he win?
That don't make no sense to me. But I don't mind it. You know, it's the
I don't mind it. Hey.
We was talking off camera, off mic, and we was talking about legacy. And Magic Johnson got like 10 rings. Like he got 5 in the NBA and then like 6 outside of it or something like that. So crazy.
Does this count to Michael Jordan's greatness?
It got to be, because think about it. If LeBron won something outside of the NBA, like say if he won like an Oscar for the remake of what's it called? What is that movie called that he was in?
Space Jam.
Space Jam, yes. Say if he won an Oscar for Space Jam, everybody be like, oh my God, this puts him above MJ. MJ don't got an Oscar.
All right, let me all right, I'll say this. LeBron built the school.
Right.
For
That's
kids.
true.
So that don't come with a ring. So are we measuring accomplishments by rings or championships or by the value that they add to the community?
I mean,
because if you got to go by the value that they add to the community,
no.
I think LeBron James does a lot more for the community as far as like
Jordan shoes. He made a whole wave of fashion.
Wait a minute, a lot of people that died over them Jordan shoes.
The community.
They would just say it ain't Jordan fault.
It ain't Jordan
He ain't
fault.
never spoke out and said don't kill nobody for over
He
the
put
shoes.
his shoes out and everybody want them.
Okay,
Look, that's community. That's culture.
So selling shoes is community.
That's culture. That's a whole culture thing.
Here
You don't
we
think
go.
so? You don't think so?
Here we go.
You don't think Jordans are a
but
staple?
I think look, the lines be around the corner now. But what I'm saying is LeBron has a school, education, paying for kids to go to college.
I understand what you're saying.
Things like that. Where's the community attribute from Michael Jordan that we know about?
I think it's
It was a rumor that Michael Jordan invested in the prison system with some stuff too. So I don't know. All I'm saying is, I don't know. It's alleged. You know, that's what they were saying.
I don't know about that one.
Chameleonaire had came out and said that Michael Jordan. Okay, so what I'm saying is, I understand in sports where you gotta the be all end all is to win the big prize, the championship.
Mm-hmm.
When I look at Jordan, I see somebody that is going to be relentless in competing.
Yeah, and that's what he's doing.
And I see Magic Johnson the same way. They're gonna, no matter what they do, they striving to be the best. So that's a mentality. This is just who they are. Deion Sanders. They want to compete to be the greatest, you know.
Right.
I don't think a lot of people compete to be the greatest in everything they're trying to do. But there are some people that want to be number one regardless. Even if it's in a pickup basketball game, they want to be the greatest, right?
No, I got a question for you then. So if Giannis owns part of the Brewers, if the Brewers had won the World Championship last year, World Series last year, would that add on to Giannis's legacy then, technically, because he's a partial owner?
The Brewers?
Yeah.
I think that they would have him there.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
I think that
technically,
if the Brewers won, Giannis would be the one. They would definitely have a shot of Giannis on the screen.
with the ring.
With the ring, with the
Baseball ring.
Yeah, he would definitely get one. Yeah.
Would that boost his legacy up more than like other athletes?
I think it would definitely add to his collection.
Okay. I like that.
But I don't think Giannis is being mentioned as the greatest.
Right. No,
he's top 5.
To it, though. Yeah.
It would be something to add to his legacy.
Right. Yeah.
But when you talk about Jordan, when you talk about Magic, you talk about people at the very top of the greatness scale.
Right. I get you.
I think when Jordan wins this Daytona 500, him and Magic Johnson have entered into a different stratosphere.
It's different.
They no longer should be a part of GOAT conversations. They just cemented.
They're just legends.
Now everybody just fighting to see. We should just leave them alone.
Yeah, catch up.
Let's leave them alone because they done won in too many areas.
That's true.
And they have transcended basketball. I don't believe it's fair to say Jordan against anybody at this point.
They don't even care about basketball no more.
Yeah, they just he tried to play baseball.
Didn't work out.
It didn't work out for him. But see, when he came back, he made everybody pay for it in the NBA.
I like it.
Hey, look, when we come back, we'll have more conversation, Truth Nation. We got Nazir Spencer in studio. Stay locked in.
You are listening to The Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Listen Fridays to Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris during Black History Month for Dr. Ken's Trivia. It's not just questions, it's culture, facts they don't teach you, and a few stories that matter. We'll test what you know and teach each other something new along the way. Lock in your Fridays in February. Be ready to call in and bring your brain with you. Dr. Ken's Trivia, Friday in February on Truth in the Afternoon with me, Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth, YouTube, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Life's better with Drive My Way from American Family Insurance because we know it's more than just a car. It's your escape pod, your adventure mobile, your memory maker. And we help protect the dreams that drive you. Personalize what you pay for auto insurance and you could save between 10 and 35%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Unsafe driving behaviors may increase your rate. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Steinhoffel's President 5-Day Sale is happening now, and the furniture and mattress savings are so good. Start with at least 10% off store-wide, then you'll get $50 off every $4.99 you spend, plus doorbusters you gotta see in person. And if you're financing, I got something huge for you. 60 months with no interest until 2031 when you spend over $19.99, plus you'll get a $200 MasterCard reward card. It's only 5 days, so don't wait, and it's only at Steinhoffel's.
You served behind the desk.
You served in combat.
You did 4 years and got out.
You were drafted.
You gave 20 years.
You gave exactly what your country needed.
And so did you.
When you raised your hand and swore an oath to your country, when you put your name on a dotted line, you became part of only 1% of Americans who did the same. You are a veteran.
You are a veteran.
You are a veteran. Because no matter when, where, or how you served, you made a sacrifice for your country, and you deserve support.
If you're struggling with life after service, don't wait. Reach out.
Reach out to a loved one, to a fellow veteran, to VA.
Find resources at va.gov/reach.
Brought to you by the United States Department of Veterans Affairs and the Ad Council.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
The Truth, Tory Lowe Show. Pop Culture Report brought to you by Nazir Spencer in studio.
Yes, sir. Listen, we've been keeping up with the Olympics a little bit. Shout out Jordan Stoltz. He's been winning some gold medals out there. But look, recently we figured out some interesting details about the Olympics and, the players and how they, like to have some fun out there.
Right.
Outside of the Olympics.
Sound like they're having a lot of fun out there.
Well, it sounds like it because they ran out of condoms.
What?
They had.
I saw this story. I thought it was satire.
They ran out of condoms, like 10,000 condoms.
What
gone.
they doing out there at the Olympics?
Well, that's
sound like the goal ain't the only thing that they trying to go after.
They trying to
wow,
get the puck into the goal.
Oh wow,
yeah, play some hockey.
Oh wow,
indoor hockey. Wait, no, in the hotel hockey.
Wow,
hotel room hockey.
Downhill skiing.
Yeah. Hotel room hockey.
Oh wow. So who's keeping track? Did the stores? The stores was like we done ran out.
No, so this is what they do. They give you condoms in the hotel, so they put it in like the hotel somewhere down in the lobby or something maybe, and then I guess all of them are just gone.
So if I don't win the gold, I'll just go get the gold pack.
Hey,
wow,
you win either way.
Wow,
you know what I'm saying? It's like
they get the victory at the end.
They get something.
Olympics,
it might not be a
Olympics
victory.
with a happy ending.
They get something foreign.
Oh wow. So what are they? Is this the athletes taking part with the residents?
That's a great question.
Or is the athletes?
It might be the athletes on athletes.
Oh wow.
That's what I'm thinking. Because you got to think about
That's wild. I thought you're supposed to hold on.
What?
I thought you're supposed to wait, like when you're in competition. You're supposed to refrain.
Say if I lost,
right?
And I'm not eligible to medal or get on the podium.
You gonna try to win another prize?
I mean, I'm there for a reason. I'm there for a few reasons. I'm there for a few reasons. All right. Now they out here. It got to be athletes. It's got to be athletes because they're at peak human form. They all got all these hormones flowing around.
You waited all this time to get in the Olympics.
And every year they do this, by the way. Every Olympics, even the Summer Olympics. In Paris,
different people strive to become a part of the team.
Right. So it's a little different every year, but that thing don't change.
Wow.
That don't change.
So this is something that goes on all the time then.
It has to.
People go out to these Olympic events and they go buck wild. They get buck at the same time.
I was reading some tweets, and it said they had somebody working the last Olympics, one of their best friends or something like that, and they said it's 100% true.
Oh, wow. It's more than fireworks popping off at the Olympics.
It's a lot of skating around.
Oh, wow.
A lot of skiing.
Oh, speaking of the Olympics, they said that the story is making its rounds about the girl who hit the backflip and landed it, and they banned it.
Yeah. Well, they banned it because
they said nobody else could do it. It was dangerous.
So this is back, 93?
Yeah, now somebody of a different race to hit the backflip.
Everybody going crazy about it now.
Okay, so what's that?
So in 1993, a black woman, I forgot her name. I apologize, but I forgot her name. But she hit a backflip because she knew she wasn't going to win. And the reason she wasn't going to win is because, I think the judges were judging more than just her skills, judging her looks. And she hit a backflip. And everybody was like, wow, that's not allowed. And she landed it. Nobody's ever done that before. And now we got Quad God in the Olympics this year. That's his nickname because he hits the quad very well. And the quad is one of the moves that figure skaters do. But he hit the backflip every routine he do. And everybody loves it, talking about, oh, that's great. They don't know it originated from us.
Right,
like
but we still got the video footage. This is still within the time. Usually they wait 100 years before they whitewash.
Yeah. Right. Now, it's still out there.
But the internet ain't going to let it die.
Never. It's out there.
Lilia Millenniums?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know how to pronounce her name, but yeah. Yeah.
She hit the first backflip.
It was a crispy backflip, too. Hit it and looked at the judges.
Somebody came along, and I've been trying to tell people, when black people invent something or do something that haven't been done, they try to push them to the back.
Mm-hmm.
And now they're saying that this skater, this white male skater,
he's very good, by the way. I'm not trying to demean him or nothing like that, but it's just like, come on now, you ain't the first to do that, So yeah, everybody.
Lilia Millennium lands backflip in his free skate in the team event.
And it doesn't count for any points. He just do it to do it. It's part of his routine. She did the same thing. So I don't know, they don't give you no points for doing no backflips. It's just a part of it, I guess.
Here we go. See, in real time, you get to see what whitewashing what happens. Now, this new generation, they'll think that this is something that was done by the white man.
Exactly. All the people growing up watching their first Winter Olympics or second Winter Olympics go think he's the guy. He's the guy that made that. No.
Well,
let's backtrack a few years.
This is disgusting.
Yeah.
Because they should have gave her credit when it happened.
But she wasn't going to win because she was black.
It doesn't matter. They need to credit the first person.
I agree.
He's not the first person to do this.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think in the Olympics, though, they do recall her video sometimes. Not all the time. Not every time he shows up and does the backflip, they try to show it, but they don't show it as much as they should.
No, they need to let everybody know before when the announcers. That's the announcers' problem.
Right.
Because when he does it, they should mention her every time.
Yeah.
Or most of the time.
Yeah.
So it's just common knowledge instead of people having to search for that knowledge.
I think that would help a lot in the views too, because helping people realize like what these things come from, the origin story and all this stuff, make the Olympics get some more views because it came from somewhere. You know what I mean? So,
Soria Banali, that's what they saying. The history behind the band black backflip.
Right.
Soria Banali.
Yeah, she was great. She's great.
Here we go. I mean, it kind of was lost.
Yeah.
Because we saw it in our time, in my lifetime. But then they kind of threw her to the side and
I didn't know about it.
Didn't give her her props.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, boom! This is just the best thing since sliced bread, since somebody put 2 skates on.
Yeah, I didn't know about it till 2 years ago. Fun fact. So guess they got to do a better job of distributing that video out. But another thing, real quick, with you, Tori, we got back to I guess another sport side of basketball maybe. We got Stephen A. Smith being serious about
here we go
running for presidency in the next 2 years, and a lot of people are saying he's being serious now. I don't know exactly what his plan is, because giving up all that money that he just got from that big contract, I don't know how people feel about him being. A lot of people call him a sellout.
Let me tell you something. Stephen A. will never be the president of the United States.
Never. No.
Plus, it's $400,000 if you are the president of the United States. He's making $100 million right now.
Yeah.
Just got a new contract.
Yeah.
And
$30 million a year. I
believe that for the simple fact that they think that Stephen A. could be the president is stroking his ego.
Oh yeah,
this is an ego marketing strategy. Matter of fact, I learned that you can sign papers, like you can submit papers to do something, but if you don't get the signatures, you can't actually be on the ballot. So I think he's just going to milk it as far as he can milk it.
What does he gain from it, though? Like,
the fact that people think that, or if some people believe he could be the president of the United States, he'll never be in there like Obama.
Right, that's what I mean.
But the fact that he could be in the conversation with the Trumps, with the Obamas, with the elite, that's what he's going for. It's brilliant marketing. I don't blame him, because it keeps his name in the midst of the elite, and he's milking the clock.
Yeah.
He wasn't even a good basketball player.
No, he wasn't good at all.
Yeah, but he can judge basketball players. So he don't care.
He's just smart with it, I guess. He knows how to market himself.
He's a journalist, he's a storyteller, and he's authentic.
And he markets himself pretty well.
And a lot of people are not authentic.
Right.
So he's authentic, even if he's right or wrong. He has a huge following. He has a lot of people behind him with ESPN. They wake up and watch his. He does great with the numbers, with his debating and all of this. People can say whatever they want about Stephen A.
Yeah.
But he done worked his way into a space where he's making at least $100 million.
Right.
His contract. You know what I mean? So
pay him NBA
say what
salary.
you want to say, yeah. But at the end of the day, far as president,
that's crazy.
It's trash. He ain't gonna be the president of nobody. It's just the fact that he can use that as marketing, and if 20,000 people believe you can run for president,
I'm going to use it.
He going to use it to his advantage, right?
Imagine if everybody thought Tori Lowe can be president. Oh, man, this show.
But, like I said, when the people like their stronger black figures to stand up for them in the black community. We feel that if you're in the limelight and you're in the spotlight, you can help reach back and help those that are suffering back in the neighborhoods.
Right.
But many times that don't equate to that.
Right.
So,
hey, Stephen A. Smith, I don't know. Nobody thinks he's gonna win, but for some reason, if he do win, it's gonna be real scary out here. I don't know.
Well, he go. And how long do he got to milk this to the next election?
He got a little bit of
yeah, okay,
too.
so he get to run that. He get to get to play with that for a couple years now.
He got 2 years left
to his next contract.
yeah, to his contract ends.
Sinister. Hey,
man,
diabolical.
Yeah. Smart man.
Hey, market yourself.
Yeah, got to do what you got to do.
Hey, what did Whitney Houston say? Hey, learn to love yourself. Some people love themselves.
Oh, okay, Whitney quoted here. Okay,
I'm trying to tell
Tori
you.
Lowe.
Well, look, I appreciate you for the Pop Culture Report, Nazir Spencer.
Yes, sir.
Hey, look, when we come back, we got Gas Truth Nation. Stay locked in.
On Sunday afternoon, the Milwaukee Panthers return home to face in-state rival UW Green Bay Phoenix at the UWM Panther Arena for the Battle of I-43.
Loop a pass, baseline right, Franklin, in on Cotton, reverse layup. Oh, that was pretty. Elam, wrap a pass, left corner, Jackson, trigger three, and he hits it.
Scott Warris has the coverage starting at 1:30 p.m. on 101.7 The Truth and the Milwaukee Panthers Sports Network from Learfield. Tip-off happens at 2 o'clock. Are you ready to level up your mindset, your money, and your future? Join Coach Erica Odom, real estate investor, success coach, and published author for On the Journey with Coach Erica. This month's episode airs Wednesday, February 18th at 6 p.m. and focuses on why real estate is a mindset before it's a move. Coach Erica welcomes Cortez Perry, author and entrepreneur, and realtor Brianna Job as they share the routines, discipline, and mindset that sets successful people apart. Tune in to On the Journey with Coach Erica live on the award-winning 1017 The Truth.
Did you know that for 80 years, Paralyzed Veterans of America has been a lifeline for our nation's veterans with spinal cord injuries and diseases like MS and ALS, and all people with disabilities? In just the last 12 months, PVA has funded research of the first non-addictive pain medication in over a decade, partnered with an award-winning sports anchor to fight for accessible medical care for women veterans, ensured all women with disabilities feel seen and empowered with help from a top cosmetic company. And that doesn't even include what PVA have done over the last 80 years, like secured the passage of the Americans with Disabilities Act, pioneered wheelchair basketball, helped design iconic landmarks, made the DC Metro a model transit system, and wrote and distributed resources in over 60 countries in 4 languages. None of this would be possible without your help. Every breakthrough, every battle won, and every life impacted is driven by you. Visit PVA.org to learn more.
Day 1, diagnosis day. The hardest day. The day you hear,
I'm sorry, this is a type of blood cancer.
But day 1 is just one day. At the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society, we are here to help you move past day 1.
On day 45, I discovered an online community who shared great tips for in-treatment care.
I missed a lot of school during treatment, and LLS helped me keep up.
We are here for you. We exist for everyone fighting leukemia, lymphoma, myeloma, and other types of blood cancer.
On day 185, LLS helped me file my insurance claims properly.
Day 5,840 and counting, and I'm still in remission.
To learn more and get help on day 1, day 2, day 983, or any day, please visit LLS.org or call 1-800-955-4572. That's LLS.org, 1-800-955-4572.
Milwaukee's Black Talk lives here. You are listening to 1017 FM, 1510 AM WGKB Waukesha, and W269DL Milwaukee, a locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Justice, Wisconsin, the truth, the most requested advocate in the state. 101.7 FM, the movement continues. Yeah. Milwaukee, stand up. It's Tory Lowe, the truth. From 1 to 4, we about that action, so tap in and let's go. We want that justice, we want all the smoke. From Monday through Friday, trying to bring the city hope. Yeah. Tory Lowe from 1 to 4, Monday through Friday, let's go. We bout that action from the block, and we ready, let's go. Tap in, and it ain't no holding back. We ready.
1017 The Truth. Tory Lowe. Tory Lowe Show live from American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue. The movement continues. The marathon continues right here on 1017 The Truth. Thank you for joining me for the second hour of the Tory Lowe Show. We got guests today. Look, we got Breezy Bree.
Yes, Breezy Bree 2 times.
Breezy Bree 2 times. Now, look, I've been asking for poetry for Black History Month. And I need the powerful. I need it to be powerful now. I mean, when I think about Black History Month, I think about the talent, the art, and poetry just kind of, this is around the time of the year where I love to hear inspirational poetry from our people.
Okay.
The words are so powerful sometimes. So, thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me. I'm so excited to be here.
Bree, hey, look, you got some fans in the chat now.
Hey, everybody.
Hey, they coming through. Somebody said, that's my twin right there.
I know who that is. Hi, Skeeter.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about. So how long you been doing poem?
Just short of 2 years. Next month will be my 2-year anniversary of poetry.
And what made you start doing poetry?
If we're being real, heartbreak.
Okay. A bad relationship.
Yeah.
That'll do it.
That'll do it. But I kind of just started to use it as a way to express myself. I feel like that's something I struggle with my whole life, is just expressing myself, expressing my emotions. And honestly, it's just a very creative way to express yourself. And I've gotten so much better over the 2 years, so I've stuck with it.
That's powerful. Look, to me, the expression, the art, the craftsmanship, the delivery, you can feel it.
Yes.
The energy, you know what I mean? Yes. And it's a way to express yourself. I mean, I wrote poems. I mean, I wrote music, to express myself.
Yes.
It was a way to let the world see from my eyes what I was dealing with.
Yes. Yeah, it's great for that. I do perform a lot. I will quick shout out Food for Thought. Every Tuesday we have an open mic show. We do features. We bring in local vendors from the community. Yes. Every Tuesday night, 7 p.m. Doors open. Show starts at 8. Hosted by Gideon Verdine, which he did tell me.
Salute to Gideon.
Yes, he did tell me to come in here and tell you that he says hello.
Hey.
Yes, DJ Getting Money.
That's
DJ K. Yes, and I found my poetry family through Food for Thought, and so I just
found your voice.
Yes, found my voice. That was my stage. That's where I was born, the poet. It's at Food for Thought. So, Fright 38 every Tuesday. Come out and see us 7 p.m.
Hey, look. We gonna get to the poetry because I love the art form, and to me to have the poems and the poetry during Black History Month, I can feel my ancestors sometimes through the words.
Yes.
How powerful we are.
Yes.
Hey, can't nobody do it like that. Can't nobody do it when it's time to paint that art.
Yes. So I did. So I wrote my Black History poem today, actually.
Okay.
For reference. And then I have a good one to follow it up with. That's not exactly Black history, but it fits into the movement. So.
See, look, let me tell you something. I'm going to tell you like what we used to tell people when we was in church, when they had to do the A-B selection. Come in your own way.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes. That's what I'm here to do. Amen.
Hey, so what's the name of the first poem? And
the first poem is called The Prayer Survived.
Okay.
I am Black history. I carry the victory from ancestors before me. I embrace my brown skin and flaunt the fro I walk in, but something so beautiful came at a cost. Prayers whispered where whips were louder than worship. Shackles around wrists with a tight grip, but yet their hope outlived the iron. Now their continuation of breaths live in my chest. I carry the legacy. Like Harriet, I want to continue to help set my people free. We are not all society labels us to be. And like Rosa, my people don't stand for inequality. Malcolm taught me freedom first lives in the mind. You can shackle the body, but not the design. Martin showed love could legally fight. Marching through darkness, demanding the light. A dream so loud, it still echoes today. So I walked through doors they were told not to stay, and the lady of Juneteenth walked miles in the heat. So freedom had rhythm and memory had feet, carried the date like a drum in the street. Now history and heartbeat finally meet. I am not separate, I'm stitched in his seam. The proof of the prayer, the fruit of the dream. God kept a promise through bloodlines and years. Carry my people through bondage and tears. Yesterday's hope in present tense skin. His mercy the reason I'm breathing again. I don't just study what history has been. By grace, Black history lives within. And that's that piece.
All right, clock that. Clock that. Clock that. Clock that. Hey, clock that. Come on now.
Yes.
We got some background. Come on now. Salute. Okay, so what's the inspiration behind that poem?
Honestly, just the different figures throughout Black history that helped get our people free, get us to where we are today. Not to say that we're perfectly, I don't think by any means we're in a perfect position yet, but there were people that were a part of the movement, so that's why that was kind of my ode to them.
Mm-hmm.
But then also every brown person that you look at carries a piece of the history as well, so I wanted to give light to that.
Oh, you definitely shined the light. The light's so bright. So bright. Now, when you talk about the relationship that started this whole thing, was it a deep relationship? Was it something that you when it happened, you was like, you know what? I gotta express myself. I'm no
Are you
longer.
talking about that started my poetry journey?
That started your poetry journey. Like, was it like a situation where you felt like you didn't have a voice and you were no longer gonna be silent?
Ooh, that's a good question.
You know what I mean? Because that's powerful.
Yeah. Thank you. It was a situation, I would say, where I felt like I wasn't being heard.
Mm-hmm.
With certain things that were going on.
Right.
My feelings were kind of always overridden.
Like a lot of people.
Like a lot of people.
Right. Valentine's Day just happened over the
Yes, I just
over the
spent
weekend.
Valentine's Day with some of my homegirls. I actually just gave my life to Christ, so glory be to God that I'm even here. Yeah, July 3rd of last year. So I found Christ-centered community, which I'm forever grateful for, and so a few of us went out to Chicago over the weekend for Valentine's Day, and we had Galentines instead of Valentine's. So
Galentines meaning
yes.
girls hanging out.
Yes, girls.
Another
time.
girls trip, another girls day out. That's I never heard.
So when I posted,
what do the fellas call it? Fella times?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. Galentines for the girls.
Yes.
Okay, that's
I don't know what the guys call it. That's a good question. But when I posted my photos on Instagram,
Bros night out.
Literally.
The bro man.
When I posted my photos on Instagram, the caption was, "The love I prayed for came as friends," and so that's what Valentine's Day this year was for me. Yeah.
Well, you can feel it. You can feel the passion.
Thank you. Yes.
I love it.
Thank you.
Now we got one more.
Yeah.
Okay.
This one's gonna follow it up. So, like I said after that first poem, our people are still struggling to this day.
I was just talking about that.
Yes, our people are still going through it. Yes, we're free, we're not in slavery, but there are still, if you look deep within the systems of the United States, there is still slavery going on. Black people are still getting hung. So we're not by any means living in the perfect condition. And so this isn't really necessary. This is about anything, but I feel it fits into the Black history, the Black movement mold, and it's called Speak Your Truth because we need to stand up, speak up, and our voices matter. So this is what that poem is going to represent.
Let's hear it.
Use your voice. It is the most powerful tool equipped to you. Speak your truth. Tell the world like you have nothing to lose, because with the truth, you will never lose. Did you hear me? I said, with the truth, you will never lose. Again, say it with me. With the truth, you will never lose. Even if it feels like you do, that just means those people, places, and things weren't in alignment with you. If they were, they would have been true to you. Know the value of the words you speak, and let those same words set you free. This is your journey, and you're letting us see. You don't owe an explanation to anybody. Your words are powerful. You never know who you're going to impact. In fact, there's many people who share your story. Up until a year ago, I felt my words meant nothing until I started touching people with my poetry. Now that is what keeps me going. It inspires me to keep speaking. They can't shut me up. I don't give up. And you shouldn't either. Find your voice. You have the choice to make a difference. Advocate for the voiceless, and when you do, make your sound extra boisterous. Your vernacular is poisonous. Bitter to some, but potent of truths only experienced by you. Strong enough to wipe out cities, this is why you are living. Yes, it is scary. But what's scarier is knowing you may be the carrier of healing. The healing of you, the healing of the youth, the healing of the family, the healing of calamity, and it would be insanity to not share that healing with those in need. Yes, it's scary, but we are all in need of you and your views. We could put them to great use, so let your truth be the light that shines from within you.
All right, clock that T.
Thank you, clock it.
Hey. That's what I'm talking about.
Thank
Look,
you.
How can we keep up with you? How can we follow you? Give us some of your handles so we can peek in on you.
My poet name is Breezy Bree 2 times. Like I said, you guys can find me pretty much every Tuesday night at Fright 38, 7 p.m., 838 South 1st Street, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Come see me perform. And then socials, my IG is Breezy Bree 2 times. That's BreeZy BRII 2X. Same with my TikTok. And then my Facebook is Brianna Honish, which is just my name.
That's what's up.
But yeah, that's where you guys can find me, and I would love for y'all to follow me and keep up with me.
Look, I appreciate you for coming through. That was
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
Anything else you want to shout out to family members before we run the break? You got some shout outs?
Yeah, for sure.
And tell the community, something powerful before we run the break.
Yes. Shout out to my mom, my dad. They should be watching. So, hey, you guys. Shout out to, obviously, my Food for Thought, my poetry community. Shout out my sis Latour. She's the one who helped bring me to Christ. Shout out Skeeter. Shout out all my brothers and sisters from Bible Study, Resaved by Grace. We be there every Saturday at Stone Creek Coffee in Whitefish Bay. So young adults are looking for a Bible study space. Come out. And shout out to anybody. Shout out to Amber if you're watching. Hey,
all right.
That's it.
Well, look, we appreciate you, Bree,
Thank you
for coming through. Look, we're going to have to try to get you back in now, so we're going to kind of re-up.
Yes, I would love to come back.
Re-up on something powerful now.
Hey, I could maybe bring a couple of my poets with me.
Hey, come on now.
Yeah, let me know. You did
I got
some heavy hitters.
Job.
Thank you.
Fantastic.
Thank you for having me.
Hey, look, when we come back, Truth Nation, we got guests. We got more guests. Stay locked in.
You are listening to The Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Truth Nation, mark your calendars for Friday, February 20th for the second annual Truth Community Awards, hosted by Homer Blow and Bailey Coleman, celebrating individuals making a real difference in our community. Tickets are on sale now. Visit 1017thetruthAwards.com to learn more. The Truth Community Awards are sponsored by Milwaukee College Prep, the Milwaukee Bucks Foundation, Gruber Law Office, Steinhoffels, Cousin Subs, and 3rd Street Market Hall.
Sharon needed legal help. She needed Gruber Law Offices.
When I think about Gruber Law Office, I think about how they took care of me, how they make sure that you get what you're supposed to get. Gruber Law Office. One call, that's all. I will always trust one call, that's all.
Injured? Call Gruber Law Offices today. One call, that's all.
They are the best. I'm very happy.
Life isn't a single moment. It's a shared ribbon that bends through the years. It binds us to the things and people we love most. One insurance company knows this because they live it. For 100 years, we've been with your family for the moments that matter most. Erie Insurance.
Find a local agent at erieinsurance.com.
Hi, I'm Vanessa Williams, and I want to share with you the role that diabetes has had in my family. I lost my grandmother at the early age of 64 due to complications with diabetes. She was warm, generous, and a constant encouragement for me to follow my heart. Did you know that African Americans experience chronic kidney disease at a rate that's 25% higher than white Americans? And we're almost 4 times more likely to develop kidney failure. Diabetes and high blood pressure are leading causes of kidney disease, which can result in kidney failure, needing dialysis, or a kidney transplant. The good news is that you have the power to check out how well your kidneys are doing and learn ways to prevent them from failing. So go to your doctor and get yourself checked out. Visit linkbylovetv.org to learn more. Get the facts, get checked, and get healthy.
This is The Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
With the chatter, I'm about that action. I ain't with the chatter, I'm about that action. Talk is cheap, I need the bag in my hand fasting. Late night flights, no cap, no captions. If it ain't moving weight, it ain't giving satisfaction. Chrome on the dash, foot on the gas, traction. Whole hood still asking how he flipped them fractions. I ain't with the chatter, I'm about that action. One phone call, trunk full, let's make it happen. Yeah, sun hit the scope, I'm already on the rooftop. Last pack touchdown, whole strip look like a food truck. Mama said slow down, I just smiled, sent the new truck. Mortgage paid off, she ain't gotta hear the news much.
101.7 The Truth. Tory Lowe Show. We got guests. We got Thomas Content in studio, Executive Director of Citizens Utility Board of Wisconsin, Inc. And we got Antonio Butts in studio as well. Hey, look, we had a whole conversation for the last couple months about these data centers.
That's right.
And a lot of people on the outskirts of Milwaukee are on the news protesting these data centers due to maybe environmental, maybe electricity surges in the community, and maybe other things. But I'm happy you're here because I want to know what's really going on and what should the concern be. Because last week we talked about there was a news article about the We Energy preparing for a surge due to these data centers.
That's right.
And I had a question, will the cost be passed on to the people?
That's the big question, and we're trying to make sure that doesn't happen. So, yeah, at CUB, we're the consumer advocate for all the ratepayers across the state, We Energies and otherwise. And the big difference between the data centers we've already had and the new ones is AI. And AI is just... It's an aircraft carrier size of energy use. That's how much it is. You talk about how long We Energies has been around since the 1890s.
Right.
1890s to today, they've gone from zero demand for electricity to 5,000 megawatts. And now just these two projects. So they have 1.1 million customers, right? And these two projects is like adding another 1.1 million customers just for two projects in Port Washington and for Microsoft and Racine. So that it's orders of magnitude, which is why they just filed proposals to build, count it, $6 billion of new power plants and upgraded power plants.
Oh, wow.
And the concern is who's going to be paying for that? And you know, the concern is the tech companies have all the money and they should be paying for it.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, they got money. So why would any cost be passed on to us? That's lack of leadership and negotiation to me if that happens. So I would put the onus on our elected officials to make sure that that doesn't happen.
Yeah, and they have filed a proposal. We Energies has filed a proposal with the Public Service Commission, which is, you know, the agency that regulates the monopolies, and they call it their ratepayer protection plan. And they've been saying all the right things, and the tech companies have been saying all the right things, but once our economists and our team of experts dug into it, it's like, well, here's a loophole. Here's another one. We could be on the hook for a quarter of the cost of all this new power plants. We could be on the hook for the transmission line costs for the giant transmission lines that have to feed these babies. So there's a lot of risk here.
Before the day,
Antonio, how you doing, Antonio?
Good.
Let's get his mic up.
All right.
Speaking to them a little bit. But I wanted to ask you a question. You know, I live on the north side where people struggle just with what's going on with We Energies right now.
Right.
Many times after April, you know, now that they released, lift the moratorium, and now people trying to figure out how they're going to pay this bill after the wintertime. So when you're talking anything extra, it just makes me nervous.
Yeah, so before the data center issue emerged and has become, you know, this huge topic and huge capital spend, energy affordability has been an issue in Milwaukee for quite a while.
Right.
And so I'm over at Walnut Way Conservation Corps, and we've been in this energy justice battle for the last 5 years.
Okay.
Involved as an actual legal intervener in Public Service Commission cases around how We Energies produces their rates.
Right.
And so this particular case, again, is something we saw on the horizon years ago. Been joining Tom and the CUB team and some of our other partners across the state just to raise the alarm about this whole issue. And so as we get into the details, you'll see it's just completely unfair. It's an opportunity for people to step up, and you calling out the right names when you talk about state legislators and public officials.
Okay, all right. To me, and this is just my opinion, many times when it comes to these big companies and these contracts, we fall short, and the taxpayers is left holding the bag.
Right.
You know, no matter if they got them big time lawyers, when they come in, they just devour our elected officials. And I'm just being honest. Like we kind of wonder, how did they get that player deal? Like, how did they get that price? How did we end up holding the bag? It's because of the negotiations that's supposed to be going on our behalf. And like Tom said that the negotiations are going on and they find loopholes in what is being presented. And many times people do come here to set up, especially big conglomerates, and they end up finding a way around what's being said with the loopholes, and then we get the inflation on the back.
Yes, sir. So how our rates are decided in Wisconsin is through a state agency, the Wisconsin Public Service Commission. And the commission basically has 3 appointed commissioners by the governor. And these 3 individuals make the decisions on all of the pricing of utilities across the state. And these decisions that are being made now. What's important that listeners should understand about this tariff is the tariff decides who pays and who pays what.
Oh, wow. So why in Microsoft just, you if anything extra, it just go to y'all? Why can't they just say that?
That's the idea. I mean, I think,
you know what I mean? It's simple. Like, okay, if we get an extra surge, all extra go to y'all. Y'all got to pay. Y'all got to foot the bill.
Yep, and we got to hold them to it. So they put together a deal that doesn't provide tough enough financial guarantees. It doesn't have long enough contracts. It only applies to just really the mega-sized data centers and not all of them. So we think the Public Service Commission has a job right now to make it right. And most people haven't heard of a Public Service Commission, right? I mean, we call it the 3 most people in state government that nobody's ever heard of, because they tell us what we pay for power, what we pay for water, and they set the course.
So they got names.
And they set the course for the Wisconsin.
We need some names now. We need some email addresses.
We're going to give you some information in a minute. But they set the course for what kind of energy future we're going to have too, but by deciding which power plants get built, which ones don't.
All of our commissioners appointed by Governor Evers currently, the chair is Summer Strand, Christy Naito, and Marcus Hawkins. Those are the 3 individuals, and they're all appointed by the governor, who's also a co-chair of the U.S. Climate Alliance as well. And so this is all really important, but to Tom's earlier point, the vision and the expectation is not lining up with what we see in the actual process and the negotiation, as you mentioned it.
Well, people in the chat is already saying from what they hearing, so tax is about to go up again. That's what they kind of hearing from when they say that all of these data centers is coming through with the AI and the surge, and
it's a significant chance
they're building more infrastructure. Could the cost be avoided or being passed on to the taxpayer?
We've seen it done in other states where they passed plans that actually work better for consumers, and that's why we actually need legislation too, because we need a statewide approach. I like to talk about this example in Ohio where the utility actually got burned by crypto and Bitcoin companies that came in.
Oh wow!
And for crypto mining, and they needed a lot of energy infrastructure for that. And guess what? They didn't stay. They only lasted a few years, and then they left town. And then the ratepayers in Ohio were on the hook. And so what happened then the data centers came in, and the utility actually was just as concerned as our counterpart, the consumer advocate over in Ohio. So the utility and the consumer group worked together to come up with a plan that had longer contract terms, more tougher provisions, and they passed that in Ohio's public utility regulator passed that. And then what happened? Then all the data centers said, we're going to go to a different utility where all those consumer protections aren't in place. And so our concern is even if the PSE makes this the best, even insulates We Energy's customers, we got to make sure that the rest of the customers across the state are protected too. And so a statewide approach is really needed, and legislation is needed for that.
Okay, well, we got to run the break. When we come back, we got some questions. How many jobs would this provide for the community? Is this something that we should be concerned about when it comes to pollution? What are some of because I hear a lot of people saying with these data centers, what are the main concerns? And when we come back, we want to talk about that, Antonio. But when we come back, we're going to have more conversation. We're talking about energy. We're talking about the surge in energy expected to happen with these AI data centers. We're going to have more conversation when we get back. Truth Nation. Stay locked in.
Don't touch that dial. The Tory Lowe Show will be right back on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know you love working weekends. If it means working on your dream home, both inside and out. And we're here to help protect those dreams so you can enjoy peace of mind. Save up to 40% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on where you purchase insurance and by state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Do you hear that? And that? And that? Those are the sounds of a healthy and vibrant community. And to this United Way volunteer, nothing sounds better. They're the sounds of children being given greater chances to succeed in school. The sounds of neighbors receiving the support needed to overcome challenges, both big and small. They're the sounds of families gaining access to quality health care and nutritious food for their tables. And they're the sounds of members of our community who've benefited from United Way's financial education programs. See, wherever there's a need in our communities, there's a United Way. People working together to respond and growing the good for everyone. United is the way. So join us by getting involved or giving back. Learn more at unitedway.org.
Metastatic breast cancer, or stage 4 breast cancer, happens when cancer spreads beyond the breast to other parts of the body. About 168,000 women are living with it today, with Black women at a higher risk due to various factors. Research has led to treatments that help manage the disease and improve quality of life. The Everyday Counts study explores how nutrition and exercise coaching can support women with metastatic breast cancer. To learn more about the Everyday Counts study in Milwaukee, call 414-955-8819 or email edc@mcw.edu. If you or someone you know has stage 4 breast cancer, please encourage them to call and enroll in this valuable study. Again, call 414-955-8819 or email edc@mcw.edu.
This is Associated Bank Sports Update on 1017 The Truth is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Nazir Spencer. All-Star Weekend is over, but included many Milwaukee ties in the process. Former Bucks point guard Damian Lillard bested Bobby Portis and Wisconsin Lutheran High School alum Con Knippel in the three-point contest. Whitnell High School alum and Miami Heat sharpshooter Tyler Hero was the event's defending champion, but missed the event due to injury. Bucks are back at it this Friday against the Pelicans in New Orleans. In college basketball, Badger basketball is heading to Ohio State for a Big Ten matchup tomorrow at 7. Marquette hosts St. John's on Wednesday at 8. UW-Milwaukee won a close one against UW Green Bay this weekend, 75-72.
EPW driving on a double team, handed off for Kone, who rises up, throws it down.
Their next game is against Detroit Mercy on Friday. This Sports Update brought to you by Associated Bank, proudly supporting your hometown team, member FDIC.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Money I got a crib in the middle of the city and I like it a lot. I got some clothes in my closet, I can never be hot. And we just talking about material things, I got a lot.
Hello, this is Tory Lowe from The Truth at Educators Credit Union. Your money is powered by purpose. Educators Credit Union community advocates driven to uplift the Milwaukee community with donations to local organizations such as Milwaukee Tool, the library, and scholarships of events, large and small, that take place right here in our own backyard. Make the switch to ECW NCU.com. That's ECU.com. Insured by NCUA. Membership eligibility required. We got a conversation that I think that y'all should be paying attention to right now because it involves you. It involves your taxes. It involves these data centers that are popping up. And you see a lot of people giving a little pushback. But lately, they're talking about the cost of the energy surge. We Energy was on the news last week talking about the preparing for an energy surge. And many times with that, I wonder would that cost be passed on to us most times. But we got Tom Content in the studio, and we got Anthony and Antonio Butts in the studio to talk about this. And I appreciate y'all for coming through.
No, it's great to be with you.
Yes, sir.
And look, when we talk about what's going on with the elected officials and the groups that are handling this situation, where are we right now at this moment?
At this moment, well, our legislature gave tax breaks for data centers 3 years ago and kind of set the ball in motion. And other states took a different approach where they negotiated those tax breaks in exchange with that statewide approach and the consumer protections I was talking about earlier. So we're kind of playing over in the Capitol. They're playing catch up, and part of that catch up's happening tomorrow when there's going to be a Senate hearing on a bunch of data center bills. And I'm expecting a lot of people to testify and say, "Hey, let's get the rules of the road right before we go down any further down this path."
Yeah, absolutely. I think that where we are now is energy affordability has been an issue in Milwaukee for quite a long time. What we know from our work at Walnut Way as an intervener in rate cases is that it's a known 60,000 residents who have energy affordability issues. We know that about 50 megawatts of energy can take care of those residents. When we think about how much energy We Energies is preparing to produce for data centers, it's more than 20 times those 50 megawatts.
Wow. I was talking about the elected officials because many times my listeners just want to know who to call, how to get involved, and where should they put the energy to try to help.
And right now the action is over in the state Senate because we've got data center bills that are pending over in the state Senate because the Assembly already passed something, which we don't think actually accomplishes a lot and actually couldn't do more harm than good. But there's a hearing tomorrow about the data center bills. And speaking of taxpayers, the Senate also has a bill to give new tax breaks for nuclear plants. And one of the reasons they're looking for those tax breaks is because the utilities and the data centers are trying to build have more nuclear power to feed the data centers. But tax breaks could be given for those projects in advance. Right. So
now before we went to break, I've seen people complain about just data centers, like having them in the community. What is the main concern with citizens and residents with the AI data centers?
I mean, I think there's a lot of community concerns. I was at a meeting last week in Port Washington where a lot of the people are very concerned. They're concerned about the energy use and then the impact on the water system, in part because of the water that is needed for a data center, but even more water is needed for the power plants that are needed to feed the data center. So there's some water challenges, and it's for a town that's not expecting it. It's very disruptive. It's a lot of change overnight. The benefits are, there is a tax benefit for the community that sites it. But, there are questions about how many permanent jobs they actually create. But it does create a lot of construction jobs while it's happening. And
infrastructure.
So you're seeing a lot of unions saying, hey, we want to see these things get built and the power plants get built because of the, construction jobs are happening an area of interest, I guess, right?
Yeah, absolutely. To Tom's point about the water and water usage, I know a lot of people have been doing their own research to understand, one question in a chat bot is a certain number of gallons of water, as an example. But when we just talk about environmental issues and climate issues in general, the state of Wisconsin has very clear goals around sustainability and what our expectations are of ourselves by 2050.
Right.
And with the governor being a co-chair of the U.S. Climate Alliance and us already having very clear goals outlined, we have a vision and a path. So it's really important to hold We Energies accountable and keep them in alignment with the criteria and the threshold we expect from them in this issue. If we have to drill for more coal, use more oil, that takes us away from our long-term climate goals. And what that does is it puts the burden on the future, the children now, the young people now.
Yeah, now, and we're paying for coal. Coal is not cheap, and we're paying. The Trump administration, just recently announced a plan to keep coal plants open around in various states, and it just happened in Michigan. And we're nonpartisan, but from an affordability perspective, this is actually raising prices, and not just for Michiganders, because the Michigan utility turned around and said, "Well, we were trying to shut this baby down. We don't want to reopen it." And now it's costing them hundreds of millions of dollars, and they're trying to spread it across all of the upper Midwest states, including Wisconsin. So we've got issues that we're trying to tackle.
Now, we just had an energy hike.
Yeah, we just prices just went up January 1st.
So this year,
get ready for more.
We just had an energy increase.
Right.
In what you said, around 31% or so.
31% is the cost for the typical customer over the last 4 years, from where things were in 2022 to where they are now.
Okay, so now we're going into another increase or potential increase.
Right. Usually the utility, We Energies usually comes in late March, early April, around that time frame, and they usually try to ask for an increase, and we expect this year to be no different, and it would be an increase over the next 2 years.
Oh, wow. So possibly
we have no idea the size.
Upwards of maybe it's 40 to 50%.
Well, if going back to 2022, yeah, exactly. I mean, prices have already gone up by a third just over the last 4 years, and so that would be, if we had layered on another 10%, that'd be 10% over 40% over 6 years. If that were to, we don't know what they're going to file though.
What can people do? Because we talking about it, I think we mentioned the elected officials, the state representatives, but what do we need to do to really make an impact, to really let our voices be heard when it comes to this? Because sometimes we'll hear this information and we'll be like, oh, they're already going to do whatever they got going on. They already got it planned. There's nothing we can do.
Yeah, it's true. And there's always something we can do. And we all know there's something that we always can do. And each individual can contribute in many ways. But this particular process, hearings were held around this tariff, and the public comment period is open for one more day. So people do have an opportunity to go to the Wisconsin Public Service Commission website and put a comment in terms of their own story and how this will impact them and their families. But then along the lines of the things that you were mentioning earlier and talking to Tom about, just politically, how should we start to show up? Because this issue isn't going away.
Right.
And it's going to take us a while to negotiate our way through this. And so, to your point, if we can keep it on the radar, keep it front and center for
Keep talking
folks.
about it.
Yes, sir.
Because once it fall off, they get to operate without the community input or knowledge of actually what takes place. Many times we'll hear about it, then it'll go away, and then about the next time we heard about it, it's already a done deal.
And that's, I appreciate you saying that, because that's why Walnut Way became an official intervener. We Energies has the largest philanthropy in the state of Wisconsin. For Walnut Way, a nonprofit, to decide that it's going to be an intervener in utility rate cases while the largest philanthropic organization is on the other side of the battle.
Oh, wow. Microsoft?
We Energies.
Oh, We Energy. Oh, wow. Yeah, they say it's many times it's a monopoly in the state of Wisconsin.
Yeah, every utility has its own territory that's their own, basically.
Mm-hmm.
So Madison has a utility just for Madison, and We Energies has southeastern Wisconsin and Appleton, Fox Valley, parts of the Fox Valley.
So they'll never let another energy company come in and compete.
And that's why the job of those three commissioners and the Public Service Commission is so important. There's a national leader that's talking about energy affordability now. I'm named Charles Waugh. He grew up in Wisconsin.
Mm-hmm.
He calls them across the country the 200 Supreme Court Justices of Energy.
Wow!
Because that's how important they are. And I wouldn't get out of bed if everybody was throwing up their hands and saying, I can't fight City Hall, right? And what's different now, I think, is people are more aware than they've ever been. Affordability. When I was a reporter covering this stuff, my stories would be inside the business section. But this data center and affordability together, it's a top tier issue now. Look what happened out east. A rate freeze was one of the planks for the governors of New Jersey and Virginia that just won in the fall. And then you look at the recent polling in Wisconsin and nationally, where it doesn't matter if you're independent. It doesn't matter if you're Democratic. It doesn't matter if you're Republican. We're a 51-49 state when it comes to elections, but it's a 10-point margin with people thinking that the costs of data centers outweigh the benefits right now.
So if incomes aren't increasing, if inflation is truly rising, then it's incumbent upon us to figure out how to help people keep money in their home, not have money extracted out of their homes.
Well, look, when we come back, I want to get y'all final thoughts. The community right now, we have so many fires, and taxes is going up. Wheel taxes, sales taxes. We energy that went up.
That's right.
All I'm saying is, where's the relief? And it don't seem like it's coming no time too soon with this conversation. But when we get back, I want to get y'all final thoughts on what y'all feel needs to, what actions and things that people need to be up on top of in the next coming months. Because you said this is going to be a long, drawn-out issue. But like I said, we got to make sure that we're staying in tune with this because this directly affects us.
Yeah, 100%.
Hey, look, when we come back, we'll have more conversation. Truth Nation, stay locked in.
The Tory Lowe Show returns after this on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com. Need a way to hype up your day?
Hello, is this Shirley?
This is she.
Shirley, you are our Gruber 5K giveaway winner this quarter. Congratulations.
What would you do with $5,000?
Going to look at buying me a pickup truck. That will be some of my down payment.
Stay tuned into 1017 The Truth for your chance to be entered into the Gruber Law Office's 5K giveaway. For contest rules, visit 1017thetruth.com.
I love you guys.
I got money now. It is time to plan for kindergarten. Will your child turn 3, 4, or 5 by September 1st? Learn about kindergarten programs and enroll now at Milwaukee Public Schools. Explore schools offering traditional kindergarten, Montessori, and more. MPS students enjoy art, music, and physical education along with reading, writing, math, and science. Bus transportation and before and after school care are available. Attend the citywide kindergarten enrollment fair on February 21st at North Division High School. Get the details at mpsmke.com/enroll. Steinhoffel's President 5-Day Sale is happening now, and the furniture and mattress savings are so good. Start with at least 10% off store-wide, then you'll get $50 off every $4.99 you spend, plus doorbusters you gotta see in person. And if you're financing, I got something huge for you. 60 months with no interest until 2031 when you spend over $19.99, plus you'll get a $200 MasterCard reward card. It's only 5 days, so don't wait, and it's only at Steinhoffel's.
A penny saved earns you a whole new look. Nick Avani's penny sale is on now. Buy one item at the regular price and get a second item for just 1 penny. Suits, shirts, shoes, ties, and more for mere pocket change. In honor of Black History Month, Nick Avani's is offering this incredible deal throughout February. So don't miss your chance to step out sharp for 1 measly penny. Visit Nick Avani's on the 2nd floor of Mayfair Mall before February ends. Nick Avani's penny sale. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
Many of our most important memories are made at school. But for children like Victoria, the classroom can be a place of fear and isolation. She wore a bandage over her cleft every day, too shy to speak, too afraid to smile. Everything changed after one life-transforming surgery made possible by Smile Train. Today, Victoria's smile lights up her classroom, a symbol of confidence, connection, and new beginnings. Due to stigma, children with untreated clefts often miss out on school entirely. But thanks to Smile Train, students like Victoria are stepping into the classroom, raising their hands, and finding their voice. Smile Train partners with local experts to support with free cleft surgeries and other comprehensive care, empowering children to thrive in school and in life. Let's help every child walk into the classroom with confidence. Visit smiletrain.org/learn.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Seven The Truth. Tory Lowe Show. We talking about energy surging. We talking about data centers, and we talking about We Energy. All in the conversation right now about ultimately how do we move forward with these data centers coming into our communities. Over the last couple months, we've been seeing community members challenge the ideal of these data centers, and we have also seen an increase in the energy bill since the beginning of this year. So we trying to make sense of it all. We got Tom, Content, and Antonio, but in the studio, how do we make sense of a lot of this? Can we make sense of this, or how can we make sure that we get involved to where we're not so reactionary?
I think that's the key. I think that the more people participate in these processes, the better. We all lose if we just sit on our hands and don't do anything. And so that's why, Cubs have been around for over 40 years, and we've been in rate cases for a long time. And we used to fight Ma Bell back before when I was a kid. When there was one big AT&T back in the day.
Oh wow!
When they were trying to raise prices, but now this case involving the data centers and whether they'll pay their fair share is probably the biggest non-rate case that we've been involved in 45 years. And people can still get involved. There was a hearing last week, but as Antonio said, that people can still submit their comments by tomorrow, by the end of the day tomorrow. So on our website, we have a data centers page, and we will, if you go to cubwi.org and click on our data centers page, we've got a direct link to that public comment form where you can just speak your piece about what you want to see as things move forward.
Yeah, but again, 100%. Definitely contact your state legislator, local public officials, not just to ask them to do something, but they should have a position on this issue. So you shouldn't be.
They should be telling you what they're gonna do.
You should not be able to reach out to a public official who does not have a position on this issue with the understanding that it will impact you and your household. Right. What folks can do, because this is a marathon, this is a long battle, is support the organizations who are on the front line. So Citizens Utility Board, to Tom's point, has been around for 40 years. It's a statewide agency. We can pour into that organization and become members. We can become active in work that's happening at Walnut Way, Metcalf Community Bridges. There are a number of organizations who are collectively working to basically, push back on the issue and influence the process.
That's what's up.
And be at the table. And so it's actively happening. There's a base that exists, and it's an opportunity for people to connect with that base and help us be able to tip the scale and have more influence on this issue.
Mo the Elephant says, what is the website again?
CUB, like Cub, WI.org. So cubwi.org.
Cubwi.org if you want to submit
Yep, and then just look for the data center. There's an updates tab, and just look for data centers, and you'll get right there. You scroll down, and it says submit your comment here. So
many times when I'm in the neighborhood, in the community, we don't get this information until after it's all over with, And I thank you for coming in and really kind of shedding light on this conversation, especially what can we do as people. Many times we hear these conversations, we kind of go on about our business, and then months from now, we like, well, where was this? How come we didn't know? That's no longer the excuse. You can go get involved, get active, and make sure that your voice are heard. You said there was a hearing coming up tomorrow.
Tomorrow's the deadline for public comments. They had a hearing last week. It was just only on Zoom, but dozens of people, scores of people showed up for that. And then, but the same case, they're saying we still want more input. And so tomorrow.
And this is on Zoom, or this is just you got to be there
Zoom,
live?
Now you just type in your comments.
Okay.
Now you just type in your comments on your. You can do it on your phone, on your computer, whatever you got.
And if people need assistance here in the city, you can stop down at the YWCA. Folks are on hand to help folks enter their comments.
YWCA at
Martin Luther King Drive here in Milwaukee. Mm-hmm.
All right, look, YWCA on Martin Luther King Drive. If y'all got any questions, look, I'll say this. We cannot sit back and watch these things happen, because that way we become vulnerable. And especially in my neighborhood, in my community, where a lot of people were already questioning the high energy costs. Oh, yeah. And many times when you don't say nothing and you don't work to try to resolve it, and your voice is not being heard, you gotta hold the water after. You gotta hold that bucket.
Hey, it's true. Real quick, one of the things that we've been working on with Tom, and that we actually collectively we saved 2 years ago, was the LIFT program. The payment program when you call in the We Energies to set up your payment arrangements. That program,
energy assistance,
that was on the chopping block. The LIFT program.
Okay,
it was on the chopping block, and we all work collectively to prevent that from happening. And so we do have influence as a community, as ratepayers.
Your voices are powerful, and I was trying to tell people, when you give your power to someone else, you lose it. But when you keep your power, you can consistently make change. And this is why I say over and over again, you got to be about that action. Because once you start being about that action, there's accountability. We can't scream accountability and not show up. And it don't work like that. But they say faith without works is dead. If you want accountability, you got to let your voice be heard.
Exactly. So short term, file that comment by tomorrow. Medium term, all these candidates, whether it's for governor or legislature or Senate, they're going to be coming saying, I want your vote. Well, you should ask them, what are you going to do? What are you going to do about energy affordability?
Right.
And then long term, once they're all back in office, take part in all. Get with us, find out information, sign up for our updates, and we'll keep you informed and let you know how you can participate in more of these cases down the road.
If you had vacant lots, several acres, and you wanted to put enough solar to take care of the city, I want you to know it's illegal.
Oh, wow. So we'd have to go through court to try to make that happen. You can't just do it.
That's right.
So you can't set up another alternative energy idea without going to court. You may can if you get some of them lawyers that the Bucks got and the Brewers. If you get them lawyers, you might can come in and shake something. You feel me? You can't just get an average guy. You got to get the big dogs. You got to come with that big. You got to have a big purse.
To that point, our participation in the cases year in and year out, on average, we spend more than six figures on legal fees just participating in the cases.
Oh, wow. Just participating.
Just being there for folks who were never in part of that process before, and it's a great thing that they're involved.
Well, Tom, Antonio, I'm going to get y'all final words before we run the break.
Hey, I just want to say we appreciate you and really appreciate this opportunity. We have to normalize this issue. And so if you want to know more or learn more, you definitely connect with us at the Walnut Way Conservation Corps, and we'd be happy to share and tie you into all of the work that we're doing on the ground.
tough.
Yeah, and this stuff may be wonky or technical at times, but that doesn't matter because we're trying to put it in plain language for folks because this has been too wonky for too long. And when the utilities get their way, when they say, "Don't worry, it's complicated, we got this," and then who wins? The utility shareholders, and who doesn't? The rest of us paying the bills. So that's why we want people to stay involved and stay and be ready to learn more. And so come to our website, learn more, and we'll love to be back on the show anytime.
Well, look, Tom. Well, look, Antonio, I appreciate the conversation today. Look, a lot of gyms went out there in the community. Y'all got to be about that action. You know, I tell y'all can't just be just looking up and then all of a sudden thinking that, you know, Jesus going to come and help you. Jesus said, faith without works. You got to get to work. You got to let your voice be heard. You got to speak up, speak out when you see things going on. And this is one of those conversations that you got to talk to your elected official about. They should already have a prepared attack or plan for this. And if they don't, you may not have the right person representing you. Okay? Well, thank y'all for coming through. Look, when we come back, Truth Nation, we'll have more conversation. Stay locked in.
The award-winning 1017 The Truth proudly celebrates Black excellence and the most monumental moments in our history. Tune in for Dr. Ken's trivia, spotlighting powerful facts and moments you need to know. And Tori Lowe's Our Voices, Our Stories, amplifying the youth, perspectives, and lived experiences that define who we are. Celebrating Black excellence, celebrating our history. All month long on 1017 The Truth. On Sunday afternoon, the Milwaukee Panthers return home to face in-state rival UW Green Bay Phoenix at the UWM Panther Arena for the Battle of I-43.
Loop a pass, baseline right, Franklin, in on Cotton, reverse layup. Oh, that was pretty. Elam, wrap a pass, left corner, Jackson, trigger three, and he hits it.
Scott Warris has the coverage starting at 1:30 p.m. on 1017 The Truth and the Milwaukee Panthers Sports Network from Learfield. Tip-off happens at 2 o'clock.
Want to protect our planet? The air we breathe, water we drink, and land we share? Real progress begins with birds. Yes, birds. The very ones we see and hear every day. On a walk, in the park, or simply out the window. That's because birds are more than birds. They're symbols, sentinels that reveal the health of our planet and our people. And by helping them thrive, all of us thrive as well. Audubon is a place where birds matter, where habitats are protected, where communities are engaged, and where change takes flight. Because at Audubon, hope begins with birds. Progress begins with birds. It all begins with birds. Audubon.
Dad's gonna be far side, good.
What should I do with my dress?
Do little wiggles.
The slate's coming in. What does it feel like when you're down or having a bad day?
It feels sad, like you just don't want to do anything.
All my little emotions in my head is just running crazy. I don't know what to do.
As a teacher or coach, do you ever feel overwhelmed supporting kids' mental health?
I had never experienced players being so down that they can't even participate.
He's just in tears in the huddle. I didn't know what to do.
Teachers need tons of help.
Kids Mental Health Foundation offers educational materials to help guide conversations with our students.
It's so important that we are constantly educating ourselves.
It's the same as the CPR class to me. We're trying to save a life here.
The Kids Mental Health Foundation has free tools and information developed by experts because kids' mental health starts with all of us. Scan the QR code or check out kidsmentalhealthfoundation.org to get started.
Breaking news, weather, entertainment, and sports. We have it all here. This is 1017 FM, 1510 AM, WGKB Waukesha, and W269DL Milwaukee, a locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Justice, Wisconsin, the truth. The most requested advocate in the state. 101.7 FM. The movement continues. Yeah. Yeah, Milwaukee, stand up. It's Tory Low, the truth. From 1 to 4, we about that action, so tap in and let's go. We want that justice, we want all the smoke. From Monday through Friday, trying to bring the city hope. Yeah. Tory Low from 1 to 4, Monday through Friday, let's go. We bout that action from the block, and we ready, let's go. Tap in, and it ain't no holding back. We ready.
101.7 The Truth. Tory Low. Tory Low Show live from American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue. The movement continues. The marathon continues right here on 101.7 The Truth. Also, Truth Nation, don't forget the second annual Truth Community Awards this Friday, and you do not want to miss it. Get your tickets now by going to 1017thetruth.com. That's 1017thetruth.awards.com. Congratulations to the amazing recipients this year. And you know what? I cannot wait to hang out with those unsung heroes in our community that have been doing an amazing job. Thank you to them for making a real difference in our community. The Truth Community Awards are presented by Potawatomi Casino Hotel and sponsored by Milwaukee College Prep, the Milwaukee Bucks Foundation, Gruber Law Office, Steinhoffels, Cousin Subs, and Venue 3 at the 3rd Street Market Hall. Come celebrate with us this Friday, February 20th at the Community Awards hosted by Homer Blow and Bailey Coleman from 5:30 p.m. to 8 p.m. at Venue 3 right here downtown at the 3rd Street Market Hall. It's going down. It's going down this Friday. So make sure that you get your tickets. Once again, go to the Truth Community Awards.com. 1017truth.awards.com. It's going to be an amazing event. Once again, the $20 get you food, folks, and fun. This is the biggest community award of the year. And I'll say this, last year was amazing. It was down at Potawatomi, and now it's going to be right here at the 3rd Street Market Hall, presented by Potawatomi Casino Hotel. And salute to the Milwaukee College Prep, the Milwaukee Bucks Foundation, Gruber Law Office. Salute to Steinhoffels, Cousin Subs, and Venue 3 right here at the 3rd Street Market Hall. Do not miss out. This is going to be amazing. This is what we need to jumpstart 2026. Get your tickets now, only $20, and you get food, folks, fun, and a powerful event for those that are on the front lines doing the work. Matter of fact, the people that are getting these awards, you can get their information and use them as resources as well. These are people that are doing the work that when they get these awards, we're just highlighting them in the community. But the next day, if something happened, you can call that number and get right to work. This is why I love dealing with the community in a way where I know and I can see who's involved that can get the work done. I think that's powerful, especially during Black History Month, where we're talking about the past, the present, and the future. The people at these community awards represent the future of what's going on or being about that action, and we got to make sure we tap in. We can no longer be a part of things that, you know, and people getting awarded and you can't even call them. You can't even call them and do nothing. I'm just saying, like, everybody at these community awards, they active. They're about that action. Yeah, they getting their award and they getting recognized, but you can call them and get things done. I understand what I'm saying, Truth Nation. That's why when I first started dealing with the community awards and dealing with the community, I wanted to make sure that the brothers and sisters that are making the sacrifices on the front line are well supported, at least by me, at least by the community. I understand what I'm saying. Well, I got a story I want to get into. I got a story about the Common Council president, Jose Perez. He was just on the news for somebody was trying to, squeezing his cheeks. I guess somebody had squeezed his cheeks. And he tried to, get the FBI. He tried to get the police involved, tried to record the person that done it. And I don't know where they going with it. But I looked up and I seen another story about Milwaukee Common Council president having an ethics concern over a liquor license approval. Hey, this is what I'm saying. Hey, all of a sudden, Common Council President Jose Perez all in the media. Somebody try to squeeze on him now. He trying to seem like he trying to, do something that may be unethical. If you're watching this rebroadcast live, we got audio on this and video. If you're watching this rebroadcast live, hit that like and subscribe button. Let's listen.
Milwaukee Common Council President Jose Perez owns this building on National Avenue in the Walker's Point neighborhood. He owns the building, but not the restaurant. That's his tenant. In November, Perez voted to approve a liquor license for the bar and restaurant. The business's application says it expects 50% of sales will be alcohol and 50% food. The application says the business pays Perez monthly rent of $3,000. So here's the problem. State law says, quote, no local public official may take any official action substantially affecting a matter in which the official has a substantial financial interest. And no local public official may, quote, use his or her office or position in a way that produces or assists in the production of a substantial benefit, direct or indirect, for the official. That one license application was tucked in with more than 140 others, up for approval at the same time. The names of the businesses aren't said out loud, but before the vote, there's this.
Have the members of the Common Council read the report and recommendations of the License Committee as well as the objections filed in this matter? Roll call, please.
Each Common Council member responds.
Mr. President. Aye.
The Council approved the whole batch of licenses in one vote, 15-0.
Mr. President. Aye. 15 ayes.
The Common Council President responds to me, quote, I should have recused myself. This was an unintentional oversight on my part. The license was recommended for approval with a 5-0 vote by the Licenses Committee and was subsequently approved with a 15-0 vote by the Common Council. My vote did not have a substantial effect on the outcome of the application. I have reported my oversight to the appropriate state and city ethics authorities.
Well, I guess he's saying he turned himself in. I guess he reported himself. But you can't tell me you don't know that something in your building is up for a license that's gonna benefit you. If they paying, I guess, $3,000 a month to stay up in there. Yeah, I mean, hey, I guess being on the Common Council has its perks. But if that's the case, then if you contributing to somebody's campaign and you got license in a district, wouldn't that be the same thing, Andrew? Like you're benefiting from this person's having a license. So if you have a license and you run a business and you're contributing the max to somebody's campaign, wouldn't that be benefiting from the license as well? Like that person's having a license in your district?
Yeah, you would think so, right? It'd be like
would that be a violation?
Yeah, it seems like a financial violation for sure.
Well, this is the perks of having, the Common Council, and so all of a sudden these people get to come up. If they do it right, they get to get the properties. They get to have tell somebody if you want your license, X, Y, and Z. I remember when I ran for office in 2016, a lot of the established restaurants and businesses, they didn't like the older person, but they couldn't go against them just in case if I lost, they didn't want to get the repercussion. They didn't want to support because they had to play the game to stay, neutral. But yet the incumbent is almost a lifetime position. If you get in, it's hard to get you out. So they going to play the mid-ground. They're going to tell you how they feel, but they not going to leave a paper trail to show that they supported you, because if you end up not winning, they may not have a business in the next term. So this is how savage it is. But I think Jose Perez didn't do nothing that everybody else been doing, sneaking in something through the paperwork. I think that now that he's he got some friction in there. I guess he didn't after he got his booty pinched on, after he got his booty squeezed on, now all of a sudden he got an ethics violation. Hey, I guess he went down with the funding. So now they messing with his money. I don't know. That's what it looked like to me. Back to back. I mean, I've been on the air 5 years, and he's been Common Council president at least a whole term now. Or he's been in that position for a second now, and I didn't hear anything until I started hearing that he got somebody squeezed his booty. Now that he got his butt squeezed, now it seemed like he done spoke out. I ain't saying it's all related, but it is a coincidence. We got to keep an eye on Jose Perez. Hey, maybe if all right, you know what I ain't gonna say. Maybe if he ain't saying nothing about the butt squeeze, they probably wouldn't have tried to put the squeeze on him with the ethics. But I guess he said he reported himself. But how many Common Council members are benefiting from people with licenses? I think they need to do a deeper dive with this. Because you're going to find out that there are some Common Council members that control businesses with the licensing in their districts. There's some people scared to death to go against them Common Council members. And I was told personally by several when I was trying to run for alderman in 2016. Understand what I'm saying? So I think they need to do a deep dive how many licenses got pushed through and how many of those people with those licenses that got pushed through is donating to campaigns. Ain't that a benefit? To me, that's a benefit. All right. When we come back, we got 2 Milwaukee Symphony board members that have resigned over personal scandals. Not the people from the symphony. We're going to talk about it when we get back. Truth Nation. Stay locked in.
You are listening to The Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com. The award-winning 1017 The Truth proudly celebrates Black excellence and the most monumental moments in our history. All month long, we're honoring the voices, the stories, and the achievements that have shaped our past, empowered our present, and continue to inspire our future. Tune in for Dr. Ken's Trivia, spotlighting powerful facts and moments you need to know, and Tory Lowe's Our Voices, Our Stories, amplifying the youth, perspectives, and lived experiences that define who we are. Tune in all month long as 1017 The Truth lifts up the legacy, the brilliance, and the power of Black history. Because Black history isn't just history, it's happening every day. 1017 The Truth's celebration of Black History Month is proudly sponsored by Educators Credit Union and Tayback Law. Celebrating Black excellence, celebrating our history. All month long on 1017 The Truth.
It is time to plan for kindergarten. Will your child turn 3, 4, or 5 by September 1st? Learn about kindergarten programs and enroll now at Milwaukee Public Schools. Explore schools offering traditional kindergarten, Montessori, and more. MPS students enjoy art, music, and physical education along with reading, writing, math, and science. Bus transportation and before and after school care are available. Attend the citywide kindergarten enrollment fair on February 21st at North Division High School. Get the details at mpsmke.com/enroll.
In celebration of Black History Month, it's coming to Milwaukee for one amazing performance. The Sounds of Gospel Music. February 22nd at 3 p.m. at Brady Symphony Center. The anthology depicting the rich history of the evolution of gospel music. The Sounds of Gospel. Featuring some of the greatest gospel singers in the country. Tickets on sale now at mso.org/concert/The Sound of Gospel. Presented by Second Chance Outreach.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com. That's talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com.
Did you know that for 80 years, Paralyzed Veterans of America has been a lifeline for our nation's veterans with spinal cord injuries and diseases like MS and ALS, and all people with disabilities? In just the last 12 months, PVA has funded research of the first non-addictive pain medication in over a decade, partnered with an award-winning sports anchor to fight for accessible medical care for women veterans, ensured all women with disabilities feel seen and empowered with help from a top cosmetic company. And that doesn't even include what PVA have done over the last 80 years, like secured the passage of the Americans with Disabilities Act, pioneered wheelchair basketball, helped design iconic landmarks, made the DC Metro a model transit system, and wrote and distributed resources in over 60 countries in 4 languages. None of this would be possible without your help. Every breakthrough, every battle won, and every life impacted is driven by you. Visit PVA.org to learn more.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
People's champ, the life of the party, you know I get it jumping. Yeah, you know I'm in the field, you know I'm in the field. Everywhere you go, I'm there, baby, in there.
Truth Nation, something big is coming. The Summerfest lineup you've been waiting for is dropping soon, and 1017 The Truth is getting you ready early from February 16th through February 19th. We're giving you a chance to win a T-Mobile 9-day Power Pass so you can experience it all, listen throughout the day for your shot to win and get plugged in before the official lineup is announced. Do not miss out. The countdown is on, only right here on 1017 The Truth. Hey, we giving out them power passes. Keep your ears open. I'm going to need y'all to open up your ears because we going to be giving them away from February 19th through February 16th through the 19th. Hey, salute to T-Mobile. All right. We got a situation going on that I wanted to talk about too. And it's coming from the Symphony board members. I guess they saying that their scandals, they had to resign due to the scandal. 2 Milwaukee Symphony board members resigned over personal scandals. Hey, look, if you watch this rebroadcast live, hit that like and subscribe button. We got audio and video. Let's listen.
Kim, one of the former board members has ties to Jeffrey Epstein. The other is defending against charges of child sexual assault. We asked the Symphony for a response on Monday, and again yesterday. They didn't respond, but today they sent this statement. Quote, the Milwaukee Symphony Orchestra has accepted the resignations of Mr. Hobbs and Mr. Mahler. These matters are unrelated to the MSO or their board service. We thank them for their contributions to the organization. On Monday, both names appeared on the Symphony's webpage. Now the names are scrubbed. The first is Eric Hobbs. The board site listed him as on leave. Last year, prosecutors in Green Lake County charged him with sexual assault. They alleged he inappropriately touched teen girls in 2019, 2021, and 2023. Prosecutors filed the charges more than 10 months ago, but it wasn't until after our story ran on Monday that the MSO removed his name from their list of board members. And today they tell us he has resigned. Hobbs' attorney did respond to me on Monday when we broke the news. She said, Mr. Hobbs denies these allegations. The allegations are entirely separate from his volunteer work with the Symphony Board. We look forward to clearing his name. The second Symphony Board member with a recent scandal is Peter Mahler. The Epstein files show Mahler worked as a recruiter for Epstein in 2013 when Epstein was looking for an assistant. Mahler told Fox 6 the allegations against Epstein are abhorrent, and knowing what they know now, they wouldn't have worked with him.
Hey, the Epstein thing is out of control. Hey, if your name associated, even if you didn't know, hey, it's bad juju. I mean, everybody getting it. I don't care if it was Donald Trump. I don't care if it's Jay-Z. I don't care. Anybody on the Epstein list, people going to be looking at you with the side eye. I don't care what your story is. All they heard was Epstein. That was it. That's all they look. I don't care if you was, he called you, tried to recruit, you didn't know what was going on. If Epstein on the side of your name, they gonna take shots at you. They go, and you know what? I was looking through the Epstein files over the weekend. I said, you know what? Let me go through the Epstein files myself. Like, let me go and see what's in here. And I ran up on 2 disturbing pictures, from the Epstein files, and it was a picture of a black kid sitting on a bench in a room. This picture. If you watch this rebroadcast live, there's a picture of a little boy, a bronze statue. I don't know if it could be it's bronze, so I thought it was black. You know what I mean? But it's a bronze statue of a little boy sitting on a bench in a room, like he's waiting for something. Like, this is so creepy. Like, this is in the Epstein files. I got the pictures. If you watch this rebroadcast live, somebody look at this. Why would you have this room with a little boy waiting, like kind of just in this room this creepy. This is so creepy right here. This was in the Epstein files. I took this from the Epstein files. I want y'all to see this. I mean, I'm still working my way through it. I'll have more things I'll show as I work my way through. And they got it. It's pages and pages of pictures from the houses and things like that. But there was also a picture of, get that picture up. It was like a picture in a room of this black little boy and a black woman, and it's like this white lady that was comfortably looking over at the little black boy with no pants on. Like, do y'all see this? I mean, if you watch this rebroadcast live, you can see it. But what I'm saying is these are some of the artwork that was in Epstein's, one of his residences. And you can see that, you have the little boy, the black little boy with, disturbing with naked grown-ups around him in this room. I thought this just was sick. This was one of the, this was an environment, they should have burnt the buildings down. I mean, after they got the evidence and took all the pictures and things like that, they should have just set the building up for demolition. I'm talking about after they done got all of the things and went through all of the tunnels and stuff like that, if there was tunnels in it. But I'm still working my way through the Epstein files. But when I saw this picture of the little boy and the grown women and grown-ups staring and just thirsty for the little baby. I try to tell y'all on this show, this is why I go after groomers online. This is why I go after runaways, because these are the victims many times in our communities of sex trafficking and abuse. And many times they end up missing and nobody don't know where they went. I try to get on it right away because it's some sick people out here. And when I saw the statue of the little boy on the bench, go back to the statue of the little boy on the bench. We got some people tuning in as we broadcast live. I don't know if you could put the 2 pictures side by side, Andrew, but what kind of sick individual? These are sick individuals. Demonic individuals. I can't believe, I'm still working my way through the Epstein files. And so, I'm going to take my time and go through every last picture, anything that was in the file so I can know for myself. Sometimes I look online and I see people saying stuff and I'll listen to what they're saying, but I want to go back in there. It's on the DOJ website. Anybody can go and see these pictures. But these are some of on the first couple pages, some of the imagery that was in the files. It's crazy. If your name is in these files, they say they releasing a list of all the names that was mentioned in the Epstein files. But what does that do? Because I don't see nobody going to jail. So it's more disturbing to me that they playing in our face with the files, with the names. This person was on the list. Oh, you know, this person was on the list. They don't matter if they Democrat, Republican, recruiter from the orchestra. It's a lot of people on this list. And many times we start having selective outrage because we trying to get one person that was on the list, but we're ignoring another person that's on the list. So that's divide and conquer right there. So I say everybody on the list, if there ain't no handcuffs and if it ain't nobody going to jail, then that's a problem. How you got thousands of names on the list and only one woman in jail facing time? That ain't adding up. We got Eddie on the lines. Let's see what Eddie talking about.
I know that ain't who I think it is.
Good day, Troy Lowe. How you doing today?
Blessings. How you doing, Brother Eddie? How was your Valentine's Day weekend?
I'm good. Uneventful, Tori. Uneventful. And, I've had 60 of them. I've had 60 Super Bowls, 60 World Series, 60 Final Fours. At this age, you just kind of give up. You just don't care. And by the way, if I bought flowers for the gal, I live with a gal, it's platonic, but if I bought flowers for her, thinking I'd do a nice thing, she'd yell at me for wasting money on dying flowers.
Oh, wow.
So I can't win. You know what I mean? Most gals would be thrilled, like, oh, thanks. These roses are beautiful. Oh, my God, long stem roses are beautiful.
Oh, wow.
But I would get yelled at for wasting the $80 or whatever it is. You know what I mean?
Hey, well, like I said, it was a nice weekend of love. I just was wondering. It was a love day.
I give up, Tori. I got broads that dig me, but these relationships now are like work. It's not like when I was young and attracted to,
Here we go.
To women drawn like a magnet, Tori. Those days, women aren't the same. Those days are over, Tori. Those days are over.
Have you ever had a time where you regretted asking somebody a question? I think that's right now.
No, Tori, come on. I got some good stuff to say, Tori.
Go ahead.
Tell Andrew to back off with the music. I got stuff to say, Tori.
What do you got to say?
Andrew, Tori, I just want to say that, just because you're named, I'm not an advocate, and I'm not campaigning for the behaviors on that island, but just because you know somebody, Tori, you and I both know people who've shot somebody, spent somebody, that doesn't make us shooters and killers.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Adolf Hitler loved Coca-Cola. I love Coca-Cola. Doesn't mean I'm going to do what Adolf Hitler did. So just because you're in that list doesn't mean, they're blaming Donald Trump, calling him a pedo, and the people said he never did anything.
Right.
So we got to kind of cool it with this.
I played that.
Every time
CNN said that. I played that, what CNN said about Donald Trump. They said that he the one that blew the whistle on Epstein, so.
Right. And I mean, just I've had people throw false accusations like that at me. I went as far as going to the police and checking everything out. It's a hurtful accusation, and the people who throw this stuff out, you just got to wonder where they're really at, Tori. So on that note, I got to go. I'm heading to Rejuvenex to get my knees worked on. If you have bad knees, go to Rejuvenex.
All right, Eddie. Look, get your knees fixed so you can climb that ladder this summer. Hey, look, when we come back, Truth Nation, we'll have more conversation. Stay locked in.
Don't touch that dial. The Tori Lowe Show will be right back on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Adrian was seriously injured when a careless driver merged into her lane.
Gruber was there for everything that I needed. Any questions that I had, Gruber was there. They made me feel like everything about my situation and my accident was very important to them, and that made me feel good. And I would definitely call Gruber again for that.
Serving Wisconsin for over 35 years, Gruber Law Offices, one call, that's all.
They go above and beyond for their clients.
Join me every Friday at 11 a.m. for the Milwaukee Experience with Sherwin Hughes, presented by Visit Milwaukee. We're a city that knows how to celebrate, where the calendar is packed with festivals, the plates are piled high with flavor, and a lakefront sunrise sets the stage. Here in Milwaukee, every street leads to something worth savoring, a place that welcomes you with open arms and where joy is shared in bites, beats, and cheers. The Milwaukee Experience every Friday at 11 a.m. exclusively on The Truth with Sherwin Hughes, presented by Visit Milwaukee.
He's the voice for the people and the community's connection to change.
Sometimes justice looks different to me. Do you want them in jail for murdering Corey Stingley? Yes, you do. Do you want them to go to trial for what they did and go through that process? Hey, you know. But at the end of the day, the men that took Corey Stingley's life, something happened to where they have to accept the fact that they did that and that they have to be labeled a murderer for a certain length of time and when it was nothing, I think that was a huge thing to happen when you had to climb mountains to get to this point. 13 years?
The Tory Lowe Show, weekdays from 1 to 4 p.m. Live on YouTube and right here on 101.7 The Truth.
70 million people in the U.S. have learning and thinking differences, like ADHD and dyslexia. Each has their own story. This is ours. At first, I thought it was just a phase. Then schoolwork became a struggle. Emotions got bigger, and my kids started falling behind. I felt alone, like I was lost in the dark trying to find answers. Then I learned about Understood.org, a nonprofit empowering parents and kids like us. It was like we had a light to show us the path ahead. Whenever new challenges came up, their guidance helped us figure out our next step. We still have tough days, but now we have direction. And I have the tools and resources I need to help my child thrive. No matter where you are on the path, Understood can help you keep moving forward. Visit understood.org/yourpath today.
This is the Bloomberg Black Business Beat, brought to you by FidelityInvestments.com. Now that we're in the second year of President Donald Trump's second term, our team of analysts at Bloomberg Intelligence is taking stock of how some of the administration's pushback against DEI is changing the business landscape. Bloomberg Intelligence senior ESG analyst Rob Dubois says since the Trump administration took office last year, we have seen a drop in boardroom diversity. But he explained some of it might not be because there are actually less people of color, but because companies stopped talking about it.
If these companies aren't disclosing the diversity of their directors, and some of them have said they're really not, there's actually really no way to tell, unfortunately. I mean, gender's a little easier because you can still use he, she pronouns, but in terms of racial diversity, it's really difficult if the company's not telling you.
But it's not all on the White House. Many companies curbed DEI programs to avoid pressure from conservative activists. I'm Bloomberg's Justin Milliner on the Black Business Beat.
This is Associated Bank Sports Update on 101.7. The Truth is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Nazir Spencer. All-Star Weekend is over, but included many Milwaukee ties in the process. Former Bucks point guard Damian Lillard bested Bobby Portis and Wisconsin Lutheran High School alum Con Knippel in the three-point contest. Whitnall High School alum and Miami Heat sharpshooter Tyler Hero was the event's defending champion, but missed the event due to injury. Bucks are back at it this Friday against the Pelicans in New Orleans. In college basketball, Badger basketball is heading to Ohio State for a Big Ten matchup tomorrow at 7. Marquette hosts St. John's on Wednesday at 8. UW-Milwaukee won a close one against UW-Green Bay this weekend, 75-72.
EPW driving on a double team, handed off for Kone, who rises up, throws it down.
Their next game is against Detroit Mercy on Friday. This sports update brought to you by Associated Bank, proudly supporting your hometown team, member FDIC.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 101.7 The Truth app, and 101.7thetruth.com.
I'm here to tell you, All of these brothers just jealous that Tory's a warrior, repping the 414, getting up early and grinding till 4, the best in the city. And I'm from New York, I can tell by his spirit, the boy is anointed, a mission from God, he will not be avoided. He walking in power, his steps are appointed, and if you do not get it, I'm here to
The award-winning 1017 The Truth proudly celebrates Black excellence in the most monumental moments in our history. All month long, we're honoring the voices and stories and the achievements that have shaped our past, empowered our present, and continues to inspire our future. Tune in for Dr. Ken's Trivia, spotlighting powerful facts and moments that you need to know, and Tory Lowe's Our Voices, Our Stories, amplifying the youth, perspectives, and lived experience that define who we are. Tune in all month long as 1017 The Truth lifts up the legacy, the brilliance, and the power of Black history, because Black history isn't just history, it's happening every day. 1017 The Truth celebration of Black History Month is proudly sponsored by Educators Credit Union and Tayback Law. Joining me on the lines, in the V-Mix, we got advocate Author Elizabeth Brown. How you doing, Queen?
Hey, salute, King. All is well.
Hey, look,
Happy Monday.
Happy Monday. We covered a lot of things on the show today, but I want to get your opinion on Common Counsel Jose Perez back to back in the media. One weird situation where he was trying to record somebody that squeezed on his butt cheek or pinched his butt cheek. Now he's in the news for ethical reasons, where there was a license hearing where a building, one of the people that needed a license was actually in one of his buildings that he owns, and they saying he kind of snuck it through, or they're alleging that he snuck it through. But when we ran for office, how many businesses said that these Common Council members was holding something over their heads so they couldn't really go vote for the other person because the incumbent was over their license?
Absolutely. What we call shaking somebody down. Again, absolutely. I'm not surprised. He's not the first. If they do an audit, they'll find out that more than just him is guilty of giving favors, or making licensing go through for certain people who greasing their palms.
Hey, I always try to tell people, like, I don't know what he did, but he getting kicked out of the club. Maybe he didn't want to go to the Diddy party. I don't know. Allegedly. I don't know. Maybe when he got to the room, he didn't go to the top of the stairs.
He refused to sit on the couch.
Cause they coming after you, boy.
Hey, look here. Again, like I said, where there's smoke, there's fire. He's not the first. And he's not going to be the last, because like I said, we have too many incumbents who've been there for a minute. It's just being exposed right now. The sad reality is that these are the people that are able to move up in ranks, because clearly in Milwaukee, crime pay.
Wow. Here we go.
That's clear.
And like I said, if I hadn't personally heard it from myself when we was running for office,
that part,
the many licensed people with license that were terrified to vote for anybody going against the incumbent because of the what they were told, and they were in fear that if they had went outside of the establishment and tried to get somebody new in there, that they wouldn't have a business.
They wouldn't have a business. They were petrified, to say the least, on top of saying that these individuals were ruthless when it came to, holding them either doing what they say to do or risk of losing their business or their licensing, which really falls on if they had a business or not. And we were told to our face that this was going on.
Well, then your sister was trying to get a building in one of the districts.
Absolutely.
And since she wasn't in the establishment, and they denied her to even try to even get the building.
Khalif Rainey flat out told her, one, that he didn't want a daycare in there, that he wanted a coffee shop. Okay. It was about what he wanted, not the fact that this was going to be a thriving business that was going to give back to the community, that there was an individual that was willing to take on this building. Again, it just goes to show the abuse of power that these individuals hold, and what we've been talking about for a long time, all the red tape that goes with why we don't see corner stores of black folks having it, because you have black folks in the front of it blocking it. Okay. Khalif Rainey was one of the main ones.
Also, speaking of elected officials, we had Tom Content, he's dealing with the energy surge issue with We Energy and the state. And many times when we talk about the community, the taxpayers, many times when they're doing new construction, when they talk about AI data centers and the preparing for the energy surge, many times the community is left to pay the cost on the back end.
Yeah. Or look, they find every way to tax the people. With no, I don't see no relief in sight. I mean, from more parking tickets to paying more to park in certain areas, more property taxes, more sales tax. I mean, when you name it, we're the only one not getting raises. We're the only ones that, again, at our job, if we don't do a good job, you don't get a raise. All of these people who are pushing for these other things to happen, doing a horrible job and seeming to get all the raises.
Hey, look, all I'm telling you is in the beginning of this year, we just got an energy increase.
Come on.
Now we're kind of staring down the barrel at another energy increase. And a lot of people struggle with it the way it is now. You know, they say when you see the truck pull up in April, don't open up the door. But now
you ain't even got to open up the.
But now they got the thing outside now, so.
But they doing it from their office. They cutting you off with a button. Yeah. Absolutely. On top of the fact that everybody's heating things has went up. On top of, again, the failures of what's taking place in this community and how these so-called leaders supposed to be buffers before it get to the people. But again, they don't give a damn about us. We was just talking about last week, NPS and all the failures on their side, and they still find a way to tax the people. It's again, it's egregious, it's absurd. And I don't see why the people not, coming together and going down to the city hall or wherever we need to go because again, they're not going to stop until we stop them. It's clear.
Well, look, when we come back, I want to get your final thoughts on the show today, Elizabeth Brown. Truth Nation.
Let's do it.
Stay locked in.
You are listening to The Tori Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Life's better with Drive My Way from American Family Insurance, because we know it's more than just a car. It's your escape pod, your adventure mobile, your memory maker. And we help protect the dreams that drive you. Personalize what you pay for auto insurance and you could save between 10 and 35%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Unsafe driving behaviors may increase your rate. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
It is time to plan for kindergarten. Will your child turn 3, 4, or 5 by September 1st? Learn about kindergarten programs and enroll now at Milwaukee Public Schools. Explore schools offering traditional kindergarten, Montessori, and more. MPS students enjoy art, music, and physical education along with reading, writing, math, and science. Bus transportation and before and after school care are available. Attend the citywide kindergarten enrollment fair on February 21st at North Division High School. Get the details at mpsmke.com/enroll.
Real talent is defined by what people can do, not where they learn to do it. So by stopping at the education section of a resume, you might throw away the perfect hire. you might miss someone who has valuable skills to offer to help your business thrive right now and in the future. Because the truth is this: Skills First Hiring helps you see talent others miss, like more than 70 million stars, skilled through alternative routes. When you let their story unfold, you gain a competitive advantage, because hiring managers who start with skills are 60% more likely to find a successful hire. See the real person, complete. See what others miss. Hire skills first. Learn why it's a competitive advantage at tearthepaperceiling.org. Brought to you by Opportunity at Work and the Ad Council.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
If you ain't know, I get the pesos. Got a lot of brothers, some of them play bros. They don't wanna say it, but they hate low. They all mad 'cause I got the Tory Lowe.
1017 The Truth. Tory Lowe Show. Elizabeth Brown, another powerful conversation today. Hey, I want to get your final thoughts on today's show.
I mean, again, every day we're seeing, the veil is being lifted. Where people are showing their slips. We already know, it's I don't know, the violation on the people. We're slowly seeing behind the scenes what's taking place from, the sexual violations that are being alluded, and the violations of incumbents that has violated their power in the city of Milwaukee. And I'm quite sure it's happening everywhere. At some point, King, again, nothing is going to change until we change it as a people. I just really feel like we're at a point in time now where they're pushing the envelope just to see how far we allow them to go. It's clear that we are scrambling. We're struggling, trying to survive with what it is that we have. And a lot of us, at the end of the day, don't even have a brain cell to want to do anything else. But at some point, we're going to have to make those sacrifices as a people, to realize that we can't continue as business as usual at this point. Those of us who are working 3 jobs to be broke, making those life decisions, whether it's going to get groceries, paying your light bill, or paying your rent, or your mortgage. Times are dire. And every day with what that's trickling out slowly but surely, eventually, if we really want to stop the bleeding, we're going to have to do more than what we're doing,
Hey.
I think there's no better time than the present to stand against these systems, the policies, the statutes, because again, the people paying, but we're receiving no results from it. And here we go with We Energies again. Everybody just saying stick it to the people. Like I said, the Uncommon Council, the mayor, and all of these individuals supposed to be buffers for the people in our city. Who really standing for the citizens? Because at this point, nobody, not even the citizens, are standing for the citizens right now.
They say you got to call the state representatives, because now it's at the state level now, whatever's going on. And Governor Evers and the people that are over the energy, we got to start letting our voices be heard. And I say we cannot sit back and just get taxed to the max. Every time you look up is another small percentage tax on the people.
Absolutely.
And to me, it all adds up at the end.
It do add up, that, again, King, there is no relief for the people. Look like everybody's solution to is to tax the people, and giving us, we have nothing to show for it.
Tax the people out.
And we maxed out. Okay, we're in the red. We've been in the red. Right
Oh wow.
now, the people is running on fumes. Okay, and I don't know how long before we just completely run out of gas. Well, the gas been going, but the fumes of the gas, because right now, again, it's just proving itself to be. It's not in the favor of the people. It never have been, and until we make something happen, like drop everything we doing and stand on these people neck, I don't think we're gonna have any relief no time soon.
Well, on another note, and I know you know all about this. I had to order some oil of oregano. I'm trying to do a parasite cleanse again. I had to run it back.
Okay.
So you know all about the parasite cleanse. How do you go about
Absolutely
getting rid of the parasites? You know how to do that. You talk about this all the time.
Yeah. So again, the oil of oregano is proper. You can do the wormwood. They have them mixed already, or you chewing the cloves for the issues you was having with your teeth or
Oh, the
with your
cloves
gums.
work.
That also kill parasites. Absolutely. But you have to make sure when you're doing that, you're taking a puller. What that is something that attach when the parasites die. The puller will have you either poop it out, throw it up, it to relieve your body, and that's activated charcoal. You can use half a teaspoon of that in some water, shake it up and drink it. Some Aztec clay, you can use that. You can also do a detox bath as well to remove the nanoparticles, and the
Nanoparticles.
heavy metals that's inside your system by taking a bath. Do a 2 cups of baking soda, 1 to 2 cups of Epsom salt, and then you can also put some borax cleaning detergent, a half a cup of that in the bath, as hot as you can stand it, and allow it, like scrub your skin or whatever, to get the heavy metals and all of that out of your system, and also helps you flush the parasites and the heavy metals and the nanoparticles that our body picks up from everyday use of electronics. A lot of us sleep with it in the bed, all these things. But absolutely, there's several things you can do, but you're on the right track with the oil of oregano. You can actually chew the real herb that you cook with the oregano as well. Again, a lot of the things that we need to kill parasites is in our kitchen. Okay.
And I think
Like
that
I said,
when you talk about the parasite cleanse, it's like a detox, but yet it's kind of getting rid of a lot of the worm ideas that could be inside, deworming almost.
it is deworming. It's exactly that. Because again, it's the cause. If you look at any ailment that we deal with, whether it be cancer, whether it be candida, whether it be even down to herpes, okay, all of that is parasite. Some type of worm that is alive and well. We get it from the dirt, we get it from the food. I mean, you name it. Back in the day, our ancestors used to deworm every spring, winter, and fall because they understood the process. Okay. What they not gonna tell you is that that's the uh the cause of cancer. That's the cause of arthritis. That's the cause of these are the root causes. Again, you can also every day turn your body to acidic by taking a quarter cup of water, a teaspoon of baking soda, some cayenne pepper,
Alkaline,
with
yeah.
a squeeze of lemon and some honey. That's an automatic energy shot as well. If you're going to the gym, I do that every time before I go to the gym, and I go in there with mad stamina. Like I go up in the gym, like for real, on
Like you
10,
just hit the
just
steroid.
off of that. Absolutely. Because it's a natural energy
You hear that,
booster. At the
Andrew?
same time, it's
Andrew, Andrew said he lost 30 pounds from the
salute,
challenge,
Andrew.
from the
That's
put
what's
the
up.
fork down challenge.
Okay, that's
How long you been
absolutely
in
amazing.
since November, Tori? Since November, yeah.
Hey, salute, Andrew. That's what I'm talking about. Health is wealth. And again, your body is you only get one. So do right by it. Again, anything that's been wrong, you can right it by getting in the gym and doing the detax.
He said Glenn need a coach. GP need the coach. He needs you to come coach.
Tell him to holler at me. I got him.
To put the fork down.
Hey, I got him.
All right, Queen. Well, I appreciate you for tapping in as usual. It's early. It's 2026 is early. We got a lot of work to do as usual.
Hey, let's get it, King. I'm here for it. One love.
All right, I'll talk to you soon. All right, Truth Nation, thank you for tapping into the show today. Thank everybody in the chat. Another powerful chat today. Salute. If you have not joined the chat, hey, you missing out. Salute to everybody that hit the talk to text line, called in. Look, we got to make sure that we're ahead of the curve. We had people in the studio today talking about this energy surge that they talking about, and we got to be in the middle of those conversations with the data centers that's coming. Sometimes we wait till it's too late, and then the cost has already been passed on to the people. Call your elected officials, your state representatives, and talk to them and send them a message today. Make sure that your voice is being heard. Hey, look, keep your head on a swivel. Green don't always mean go and look both ways before you cross the streets. I love you. Dr. Ken Harris up next.
Listen Fridays to Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris during Black History Month for Dr. Ken's